It is today, FNCS Grand Finals. We're about to tune in and watch to see if Clix can clutch up, if Peterbot will become a 7x FNCS champion, or if a new FNCS champion will be crowned. I believe Cold and Rapid are in first place right now after day one. Clix was in first place after 3 games, but then he dropped down to 7th. And I believe Peterbot is in 6th place.
Really locks in.
So we've got
Cold and Rapid have
quite a tournament today, because 1st to 8th place are all extremely close to each other. Acorn and Bolts are in first right now. I missed the last game.
To what Acorn and Bolts are doing, a little bit different, right? Because they're not going to be utilizing a launch pad, but because they do land center of the map, they're usually pretty close.
I was watching the tournament on the plane yesterday.
Base up, and again,
shout out to Delta and their Wi-Fi.
The same thing. You've got this tall tower.
Delta Wi-Fi is only $5. I think that's great.
Where a lot of teams are going to be rotating by, so you can get all of the
stop motion with the 1500 bits. Let's get it. Sierra gifted 2 subs. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Sierra. Appreciate you. IDB Ice with the 59 months. Sierra with the 7 months. Shadow Ninja 19 months. GT Badness with the prime. Cloaks with the prime. Waja Hat 69 months. California 68 months. Let's get it. Yo. Masked Ace gifted subs while I was away. 50 subs while I was gone. No way. 50 subs while I was gone.
FNCS champion, but as well as some of our duos are playing, I need to point out the individual factors that are going down in some of these games, these solo impact points that some of these guys are clutching up. We talk about the 1-point differential in first place. Well, look at that man on top of the list. Bolts, 88 solo impact points. You also got Curve and Peterbot, who are also in the top 10. Osin and Viv, who are also neck and neck on that leaderboard. So I'm even wondering, when things don't go your way, you got to throw the plans out the window, how will these solos perform?
Yeah, what's incredible
he gifted to Fortnite as well. Why would he gift to Fortnite? That's funny.
Obviously in first place coming into
gifting subs to the official Fortnite channel.
This is again a notorious.
I mean, Fortnite does need the money. Let's be honest here.
Comes back on day 2 style finals formats. He's usually better than we've ever seen him before. So he's still doing what he normally does. He had a relatively underperforming.
Oh, I gotta go live on TikTok. Hold on.
Bolts is just going crazy, really putting the team on his back, really playing exceptional Fortnite, and the highlights speak for itself there, Jacob.
Yeah,
I saw a new tweet from competitive Fortnite. Looks like they're adding another last chance qualifier for the LAN tournament.
50 points, and he's the one that kind of made those exciting clutches popular in the past couple of seasons. Will that change? I don't know. We still got 6 games to find out. Zeke, Kelly, and Vivid, what do you guys think?
Jacob, you know, I love that you bring up these solo impact points, right? We think about, if we you know, cast our minds back to yesterday, game 6. For a moment, I thought, is this a solo competition? Because it's just every high-profile duo are all solos, right? And they come in to game number 6, and they put on such a show. But we'll have to see, right? Like I said right before, with a brand new day.
No, bro, it's all good. It's all good.
And we're excited to see what these players have prepared for us. Because, again, top 13, and we're also playing for an Axe of Champions. Now, as we continue this conversation, why don't we talk about some of the players?
Is it the Axe of Champions or is it a sword now?
Braids immediately comes to mind. 4th place currently with 3.
Yo, Golden Enrique with the $2. What's good, man?
Talk to me about these guys. In the
Safari with the 7 months. M Del Toro 48 months.
I mean, for
Smoke with the 335 bits.
This is such a silly thing to say, but
Cypher Reacts is my #1 channel. Yay. There's actually a lot of people who like watch Cypher Reacts more than SypherPK. It's a great channel to watch when you're eating some food. Sierra, thanks so much for the gifted sub.
They kind of have a little bit of a passive early game, but they make sure to get a few tags. They go.
How did TG do?
Just a little bit above Storm.
I don't know. I don't think TG qualified for Grands. I know he played in heats.
And then they disengage when they need to, and then they have.
Kanata is in first place right now on West Coast. Kanata went to West Coast and he's in first.
All the way to the end. And although they're not able to grab a ton of eliminations, they're still able to get those placement points. But this right here is the number that I wanted to talk about. That they have played 10 consecutive FNCS finals together, more than
Can I
any
shrink my
other
camera?
team that we
Is my
have
camera
in
too
our
big?
region, and I would be hard pressed to find any other duo in the world.
I think my camera is just
However, Vivid
in the
is
way
not
right
that.
now.
The only
not too
other
big.
duo that has been on an FNCS finals together for 10 FNCS finals is you and me.
I'm enough.
I was really wondering what team that could have
From the Discord.
been. We have been here for a long time. Shout out to my duo partner here, Kelly, and of course Zeke, always keeping us on our.
They've been playing your
toes.
clip
Man,
on the
I don't even know what
broadcast?
I was gonna
Nice.
say after that one.
Benji Man,
So
58
we're
months.
Fourth place on the leaderboard right now. 28.
Why do you split the channels and not upload everything on the same channel? Just different channels, different
We
like
talked about all the chaos
types of
coming
content.
into this season with all the new duos. The fact that these guys have stuck together and it's working right now. Really happy to kind of see how that's panning out. And I gotta tell you, I'm looking at their match history over here, and their last game yesterday was a 46th place with 0
And more money.
0 points that game. If they had a good game like they did in all of the other games,
Enrique the
they'd be in
2000 Cypher. Do you
first
still
place
play with
right
speed?
now.
I haven't played with speed in like 2
I
years.
hope you see that what me and Vivid see all the time again on the broadcast is that Kelly is a menace. Okay, why don't we talk about one last duo? It's Javi and Aminished. You know, they're currently in 5th place, right? 270 points, but again,
That's awesome.
What can we expect from
I remember
these
I
guys?
played with Aminished in
Strategy. Time to VOD review.
in chapter 5. He was a really good
Well, you
teammate.
say the word new, and that
I played like one
makes me
catch up with him.
think of how this team form, and it's such a beautiful story to be written in conjunction with visuals and braids, because Aminished is the third of that trio that we saw them compete all last year together, and we know that Javi was originally playing with Reed throughout before Major 1, dropping him literally the week that Major 1 was starting. So to see Javi and Aminished form together and be this new duo with that juxtaposition.
Oh, a little second place finish for I'm Enough, or third place?
Make this long-lasting duo, and to see them still doing well.
Wait, how did they
playing
lose that,
what
though?
their advantage is, and once
That was a
again,
1v2.
making sure that they are making it to the end game, and I know that sounds silly.
That was a little
Vivid,
crazy.
But when it comes to the FNCS, sometimes that's the most important thing.
Doesn't sound silly at all. Consistency is key when it comes down to
Clix is in
Fortnite.
7th right now, but it's
These
pretty
guys, they have
close.
an
It's a pretty
average
close
timeline
game.
of 20+ minutes, so they're kind of consistently making to those later stages of the game. A couple of fumbles I did see when I was kind of looking at some of our top teams and how many times they've been struck by Storm Surge. Unfortunately for Javi and Aminish, they were kind of up there. I think they each took like 20, around like 20 each, where some of our other top teams, I saw Visuals and Braids 0 times for both of those guys. Acorn and Bolts 0 times. So Javi and Aminish, just a couple of fumbles when concerns Storm Surge, but if they could fix that, man, they could make a run for that top 3, top 2. They could win it too.
Do you think Kelly Link is good at the game? Kelly Link is an FNCS champion.
Currently in 3rd place. Agers and Ritual. 300.
She'll quintuple edit
Kelly,
half the
that's
chat.
Only 8 points behind Acorn and Bolts. I mean,
I-
come on.
I mean-
We're gonna make this happen, right?
Holy grow up, bro. Your jawline big
They
ups.
already got the Royale,
Thank
they
you.
already got a 2nd place. There's a few games where they're making it to the very end, and they're just not being able to stick together and survive to the very final moments. I'm talking about that.
I like-
first and 17th place game that we
People always
saw
like make fun of the
yesterday.
casters for like
But
smiling and nodding their head, but I remember when I casted,
Looking at this leaderboard, literally any of
like
our
when you're not
top
talking, you're just
teams
looking at the camera, you're just like,
City Vivid and jump into that 1st place spot.
I'm happy that you mentioned top 8. What about top 7? I see Clix and Higgs sitting in 7th place right now. They started yesterday so hot. It looked like they were going to run away with the competition. Their high ground, it was so clean. I want to see them return to form today, have a good 6 games, and see where they end up.
But Viv, will the rivalry
Guys,
continue?
Alex
They're right
isn't-
behind
is-
Peterbot
he won the
and Royal,
FNCS
but
on
only
Oceania.
6 points
he's like
behind
at
them.
four
There's
FNCS
just
wins in a
so
row,
much
8 in total.
that could happen today. 6 games.
Have I watched Invincible yet? Not all the way through.
Hope you are as excited
I haven't
as
watched the
we
new season
are.
all the way through.
That being said, Game 7 is ready. Let's kick off the competition. Casters, over to you.
You know,
I wanna see a
coming
Clix
today,
win
Monster, I'm looking
off
at the
rip.
leaderboard, trying to get a feel of who actually
Off
has
rip.
the chance to win. I went in my head all the way down to 8th place, Reed and Cooper. Then I thought Cole and Madden, they're playing well. Venno and Curve, they know how to take over games. Threats and Veer, they have been performing phenomenally. So when I go in today, I'm like, who do you really think can pull off the win?
And that's the thing, you know, we have these teams that are notoriously better on day 2, but then again, anything can happen. You see that breakaway performance. Some teams just get a little lucky. Some players just outperform, play above and beyond their usual selves, like we saw with Bolts yesterday. Really take.
It's not gonna happen. It is gonna happen.
I mean, I'm with you. I do think, obviously, if you're in the 300-point range, you got a great shot.
Oh, the battle
You gotta
bus.
prove it first.
Throughout day number 1 monster. We've seen big games.
Ooh, face cam to the right.
100-point games, almost every single one. By
You think to the right is better?
Teams, so I kind of agree with you. It'd be crazy to think a lot of these teams can't catch up, but with 8
Where does
days
like
between
Aussie and
the
Factory put their face
instant
cam?
VOD review, fix some of these mistakes.
Like their professional watch party.
Dragon, Pre-on, Jack, and Pen, they're still going head-to-head at the split drop. It is going to be a 50-50 instead of trying to take 2 different sides. And Pen getting tagged up down to 26 HP.
Down right corner.
They get the first knock onto Dragon.
Down
He
right
can't
corner.
clean it up, though. He just falls short of that mark. Now it's going to be up to
Ooh.
Pen to try to push in, but he gets taken
No,
down
Mpen.
as well. Creon really clutching up.
Yeah, this has just gone back and forth. You know, each team having their individual moments essentially, but Creon and Dragon.
Oh, he's cooked. Why'd he do that?
Into Electro, and then he exposed himself. And no, you know they're gonna push here, especially after seeing the shield crack.
Why would he do
There's
that?
No reason not to. And not only that, don't forget, Electro was playing really good yesterday. I mean, they even got the best of Veno and Curve at some point. So this is not a team that you could just push over.
Bam.
Yeah, it's time to talk about adjustments from day 1 to day 2. Electro and Ope were one of those teams. They landed up here. They landed at Battlewood. They came back up here. So already you could see the feeling to start their day. We're going to do better off towards the top. Let these 2 teams fight it out, and let's try to crash as a third party and clean it up. Paper and Rezi, a few struggles yesterday. Paper going down to a little bit of fall damage in the off-spawn fights. But one thing I've learned about Paper over the last 2 years is he's someone I feel like you could never count out. No matter how bleak it looks, he's somebody that usually ends up inside of the bubble.
Yeah, he finds his way, man. When there's a will, there's definitely a way, and Paper is a vet that's been around the block for quite some time. Now, other teams that I want to see a little bit more from today is obviously Veno's team in the end game. We saw how much of an explosive early game they had, finding all those extra eliminations, rotating into teams like these that are lurking on the outskirts.
Where's Clix and Pete? They're gonna show them.
In with the early team fight right now is the first for Neo. Noisy have zipped it down right now. Void just playing roll around here, trying to stay
They're
in the game right now.
they always
Might
show
give
like
him
the
a little
off
bit too
spawn
much
fights, and like I think
space
Clix
to
and
work
Peterbot are
with.
both uncontested.
Being a 1v1 is a very interesting position. You really don't want to let him get that res off, but it's kind of hard when you almost leave yourself open to getting tagged up once you play a little bit too aggressive. Third parties
Damn.
are all around on this side. EO is going to be able to clean up that first knock. The elimination. Cypher quickly goes in, gets the materials.
Well, 1v1
Difference
tense.
maker and him surviving and going down to Neo. He's looking to press in this fight.
Definitely like.
Can you
what I'm
turn it
seeing
up?
right now? But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, Neo gets a little opportunity to back off, and it's good for him to do that. They understand the general area dynamic is that there are other duos here as well, right? This is no surprise to them, at least, obviously, given yesterday they had all types of third parties show up. Tyler and Chance on the other side seem to be doing things a little differently here.
From Battlewood, they know that team is towards the south. That's
Ooh.
Toronto, they're lurking up.
Good
on
reaction.
Just a little cheeky shot, not much build confidence. But they realize they have
Oh, they
to
got him, bro.
try to
Holy
take all
crap.
they can and instantly get that first knock onto Slips without even taking too much damage, Monster. That's one thing we always point out in moments.
Damn,
like
that
this.
crouch
It's nice
rock's
to get the
crazy.
elimination, but how much damage did you take back because of Surge? Threats, Veer winning their off-spawn fight as well, but you got to be careful. Veer was down to a sliver of HP.
Yeah, talking about that damage exchange, that's not the kind of position you want to be in when you're finishing it up. A lot of it obviously getting gifted right back to the opponents. Such a different dynamic, the way Surge plays out. Chance and Tyler doing a good job right here, though. Pushing down Toronto. Toronto missing those important shots that are at least going to buy him a little bit of room. Gets one counter fire off, but in the end, Tyler, Chance find themselves with a clean elimination here. And Jacob, a lot of players are now officially eliminated.
Peterbot
this game.
pushing.
We're down to just 76 or so. You see even Peterbot there.
There's
recognizing
Clix
that
and
they have
Higgs.
to play for a big,
Uncontested
big game
wonky.
right now. Peterbot's someone that yesterday towards the tail end, I'd say the last 2 or 3 games, seemed to be playing really aggressive in the early game.
Yeah, I think you kind of realize, especially with a lot of these teams, Clix and Eggs, Peterbot, Boyo, and you even saw Acorn and Bolts in some instances where...
Did you see that Oatly got
they
griefed
either
out of
on the
FNCS?
line
I did not
of
see that.
barely ahead, or in some instances below
Cypher,
that
do you stream on
maximum
TikTok?
threshold, so sometimes you're gonna have to think...
Spo, you're asking me if I stream on TikTok on my TikTok chat.
that switch in a moment's notice. And I think a lot of players are feeling that same way, whether they're contested or not. I think Kelly was one of the ones that spoke about the point differential in eliminations from a 1-point format, a 3-point format. This is 4 points per elimination. We broke it down yesterday. The very last major that we had in NA Central was decided by 3
Yo, respect
points.
with the
That's
80-month
elimination.
resub. Happy
Obviously, that's
Sunday.
replacing
Benji Man 58
difference
months. Thank
to
you.
winning the actual FNCS.
Yeah, we saw
Shark got
there was a
5th today
moment yesterday
on
when
EU.
Clix was
Who
on
won
that
EU
Royale
FNCS?
That they knew, and he knew
I was
he
not
had to
paying
risk
attention.
it all, and he was willing to go into the storm just to try to secure those extra
Sky and
eliminations.
Scroll.
He knows better than
Ooh.
anyone how close things can get.
That's not even
I
surprising.
want to put it all on the table for G Monster and Magma, though. You can
That's
see
not even
where
surprising.
we have officially been exposed here.
Yeah, that kind of breaks all the
They were
builds.
playing
Gets a little bit of
extremely well in
shield.
heats.
Already full shield. G-Money trying to go ahead and move in, help out Magma. He takes a big shot straight to the face. Neko's going
You can't even
from
see
the
them
other side.
because of the smoke.
He's there, still trying to put pressure, but playing a little bit more careful. Doesn't have shields, can easily get one shot here. Instead of using it, he's just trying to put down pressure with Neko. But now that Magma and G-Money have healed up, it might be a wise decision to finally pop those heals. Eventually, that wave will burst
Stream
through this
slower? What does
area,
that
break
mean?
all the builds about if you're ready for it. 20 with a cheeky angle, landing some good shots onto G-Money yet again.
Bro,
This is such a
20?
claustrophobic environment. Neko's still having a huge
He's in the grand finals, bro. Low key, he should have never been allowed to play with Clix in that tournament.
This has to come to a screeching halt here soon, or it's not going to be looking good for anyone involved in this.
I didn't pick the
Fight right
teams, by the
now.
way. I didn't pick the teams.
G-Money jumps
I was
back
also
over,
extremely
gets some
sick. I
of those
almost
extra
didn't like
heals, and
cast the tournament.
I think they're trying to find an exit strategy.
Yeah, it's not every day you see fights going down
People think like I gave Clix
underneath in these tunnels.
20 or
where
something.
there's
I didn't.
Kind of the 2 ways in and out that you kind of port through, then usually one exit. So we'll see if that fight does continue or either teams do try to disengage out. Peterbot Boyo this time around. I know you talked about that one elimination, but it seems like teams are getting more and more.
Yo, Nat, thank you so much for the hat and
towards
mustache on
elimination.
TikTok. I see
Maybe
you.
have to
Thank you.
account for yesterday
Brother
when
Warner,
the
62
focal
months.
point
Thank
of their
you.
Strategy was building that massive surge tower just outside towards the gas station. Teams are maybe saying, hey, we can go in, sneak some, maybe try to get out. But a different change of pace for Peterbot and Poyo. They're actually going in, looting up the entire POI. So for CDZ and Raven, this might be a chance for them to lurk or get caught off guard.
Yeah, definitely. Or you
Are
can
we
think
winning
about how
FNCS next season? Of
they were
course.
playing. They
Yo,
were actually
Fortnite
leading
dad
the
with the
POI
money
on
gun.
other teams, so
Let's go.
for CDZ and Raven, maybe some of their strategy.
Let's go,
revealed
Fortnite
to
dad.
them,
W in the chat.
We can kind of come around. They might
Mika
not
with the
even
super
be
GG
here.
in the heart.
Players
Chase
not
Lackey with a hat and
close to
mustache.
game
Thank you, TikTok.
Virtual Agers can't quite catch a lurk onto Visual and Breeze. That would have been
That's
a
Pop Dave,
massive
66 months. Love these watch
elimination
parties.
with the
Appreciate
one
your
that
input
would
on all things
surely
Fortnite.
shaken up the
Thank you.
leaderboards. Given that both teams are neck and neck right now. Visual and Braids get lucky enough here. And
The competitive content has been doing well
Yeah, this is the
on.
The blessing and the curse for Visual and Braids, though, is because in the last game of the day yesterday, they went down to a team lurking on this exact spot. Visual
Hold
and
on.
Braids, for the most part, since
On
they
more
land just
SypherPK.
outside of Dark Dominion, on this split drop, and there's mountains. And then on top of that, Monster at center
Wait, why is
zone.
my
How much better
vertical
can it get?
stream on
They
YouTube
usually
not
stay here for the first
looking
4
right?
to 5 zones, depending on where it pulls, and consistently gets damaged, because no matter where the zone goes, north, south, east, or west, the chances
well.
are very, very high. Teams will have to rotate around Visual and Braids in order to get inside of the zone. But just make it a huge focal point of their strategy. So if you guys VOD reviewed yesterday, coming in today, you can kind of see that in terms of Visual and Braids. Maybe you can try to plan around it. But Acorn and Bolts, with Vivid breaking down their rotation from the backside of their POI, that long launch pad that they mix with the utility, and another instance of that as they quickly get to zone.
one of 2 teams that had a near perfect day. For the
How do you
most
stream
part.
vertical? You just use an OBS
Really
plugin.
dropping in rounds, but talking about teams falling short right now. You have Reap falling here. Off from a team in the distance. Muzz Sphinx recognize the danger immediately after the Flowberry Mist comes down, and in they go to get the
Muzz.
finish up right there.
Take down
It does seem like
Reap.
they are now rewarded.
Reap goes
All
down.
that extra loot. Cooper rotates right into CDZ Raven.
Guys, I
puts down
think
some
Clix
good
wins
pressure
game
onto
1
Raven
or
there.
game 1 of today.
But do they recognize there could be just a solo here on the other side of the wall? That is the question here. I think Cooper knows that he's in big danger here, so off he goes.
Clix is not streaming FNCS. I think is this Clix's first time not streaming FNCS?
and they're one team for certain.
I think it is.
They know you're a solo, especially isolated like this. They're gonna go. They see Cooper trying to rotate in. Big damage coming out from the both of them. Cooper backed up against the wall. They continuously try to.
It's the first time I don't see Peterbot and Pollo so dominant.
In order to connect, in order to get that elimination.
I wonder if
Cooper
the
swiftly moving in and outside of these builds, drop
I wonder if it's like the loot pool, the weapons, movement.
Couple of seconds here, but Peterbot and Pollo continuously on the look again.
Dang,
They know
Cooper
this
goes
player,
down.
Cooper is a solo, so they're not going to stop until they secure that elimination. 4 more points for Peterbot and Pollo in a game that's looking very, very accelerated.
Gifted that time around as well.
Your
Just
hands look
landing
strong.
right on
Thank
them as
you.
They were trying to
I like to think
finalize
that I
their
am
medal
strong.
reserves for the mid game here. Meanwhile, look at this. Venom
SypherPK Ray,
and
130
Venom
months.
Just yet. This is definitely a huge
Big
step.
resub, 130.
Be overly consistent.
130, by the
when it
way.
comes to elims in the early game.
130 months of
Dude,
support.
Chop this down. Like, I'm curious at this point.
That's over 10
Dropping
years.
some of the metal and
It's just
brick
wood.
bases that we're seeing. He's going for it. Doesn't look like a Vive or King got the signal
Oh,
yet. At
here
the
they
tail
come.
end, they're
Ray, I hope you're doing
dropping
well.
down.
This is-
It's actually Veno. Yeah, this was actually Veno's base, so maybe they had an inkling he's going to lurk on over. Not sure if they
Cypher,
got
we should play
radios
some-
or not, but able
just
to
like the
pile
good old
a
days.
potential
Who's we?
disaster there as Venom
I don't know, you, the
scurries
V-Bucks
away,
changed me.
reunites back with Curve, who already has his base set up at one of the main buildings, north side. of
How
the
was my
Battlewood
trip? It was
Park.
fun.
But you see where the
I was in
zone is
Cali for a
actually
week.
pulling, so you see why
YouTube
Venom
Creators
and
Summit.
Curve are taking a different mountain or a different approach.
And
to
then
this
I
game
did a
than
Star
usually every
Wars
other.
thing with Fortnite.
Definitely interesting there. Almost edited the whole base down. Just had to break an extra piece of wood there. Ended up working out though in the end.
Cypher, I think my teenager could take you on. Honestly, probably.
Set up and it's a bit of a different end game.
Probably.
for us,
These-
right? We have
These kids these days are really talented at
Zone
Fortnite.
right now.
But I'm like LeBron James, all right? I got that longevity. All right? I can still keep up with the youngins.
Absurdly well. See if they can continue to
Yo,
pick
Kitch
up
with the
pace
40
here
months.
and
Thank you, Kitch.
propel themselves back into a top 3 position. Cold and Rapid on the other side were the team that was finding all those eliminations in the end game, right? The amount of success Cold and Rapid managed.
I
to
haven't
string
competed in
together
FNCS in a while.
in-game
The last time I competed in
eliminations
FNCS was
clearly
with
showed up
Asian
the
Jeff
strings, Jacob, giving
in
them
Chapter 5, like
just
season
an
2
insane
and
amount
3.
of points based off of elims alone.
Yeah, in
Mike
5
with the
games,
83 months.
they
Thank you,
have
Mike.
30 eliminations. With
Appreciate
their
it. Cypher, I
worst
saw you
game
at Walmart.
7th place. Unfortunately,
You did not see me at
last
Walmart.
game of the day, they got 1 elimination. They went down.
I don't remember the last time I went to a
So
Walmart.
outside of placement points, so all they got is those elims, which allowed for Acorn and Bolts, who's been consistent all of day 1, to get that 1-point lead with a victory royale. See how things continue to shake out. Hobby and a Minish here.
It's not even like an elitist thing. I don't even remember the last time I bought
And
groceries,
this is where
chat.
there's a little bit more of a gap. Everybody in the top 4 has 311 points or more. Hobby and a Minish are sitting at 270 points on the overall tournament. You can see 15th place with 4 eliminations was going to be their starting game.
Instacart, guys, I have nothing in my fridge besides
Finish Hobby
diet
here
soda
on the
and
move, playing the
protein
outside. I kinda
shakes.
like this, right? Using this storm to tank here and go for
That's
the
it.
north side. Definitely is a strat. Now, this is a team that didn't tank storm early, right? So they actually have the luxury, Jacob, here to take a little bit of storm, right? Other teams will find themselves more in the storm sickness kind of danger zone, but here they are. The zone moves right into them now, and they have relatively strong positioning here.
Is Clix alive? Yes.
on that mountain, so you can easily pull off of that mountain, but if you're up there, you can shockwave off, you can go ahead and take high, or just simply use the running shockwave to cover distance. 5th zone, going into 6, so it is going to be a 2 tick of damage if you're inside of the storm. Going to change it into a 5 in about 20 seconds when it does close. But you're seeing why a lot of these teams are staggering themselves so long into the storm. They have extra white HP heals, and they just want to dodge all the chaos of this mid game, where typically you will take damage from other players trying to rotate in. Visual and Brave, they spot out Max, they spot out Moppings.
I really want Clix to win.
And Butt rotating parallel to make sure they don't take too much damage. Bucky and Zen, though, they're in the fray, in the mix. You see them teeter-tottering up and down below that damage threshold. As the dust settles, they're going to fall below, but Zen, once again, takes some damage, 103, and he gets a good shot.
If there's ever been a moment where like someone deserves a win,
that sends them flying up that Storm Surge leaderboard.
I feel like
That
Clix
was crazy.
deserves
Big
to
performance,
win.
big opportunity there for Bucky to
Obviously,
keep his team in the game
he still
now.
has
They
to
went
go out
from
and do it.
danger territory to well above
But
and safe now. They just have to survive.
He put in so much work. They've been playing so dominant.
And start digging into the heals that they were pretty much saving up here in the reserves. But Ritual, it is not looking good for him right now, as he is down and out. This is all up to Agers now. He's putting his team on the back here. Picks up a little bit of the loot that was left over, but couldn't quite get the extra heal here. We'll see if he ends up having time to double back now as the zone is pushing there. There it is. And luckily for him, I mean, the pressure eases up. Now, we are in the in-game, right? So Agers is positioned just well enough with shockwaves, all the extra mats and heals here to actually clutch this out and turn this still into a positive.
Agers is a veteran. He can do this.
Yeah, it's 264 above the damage threshold. That can teeter-totter, pretending where the zone goes. Easily try to go ahead and grab.
Is this live? Yes, it's live. It's the FNCS Grand Finals. This is Game 7. It's the first game of the second day.
Easing the tension though, since they're all solos, the chances of getting the rest on are going to be very, very slim. As opposed to this side of the map where you have Peterbot, Poyo, and a few other duos positioned 600 above the damage threshold, and you're seeing almost a different approach to start the games yesterday to start the games today. Yesterday, they were elevated pretty high up in most of these end games, going from zone to zone. This time around, they're going to start at the low ground and probably elevate themselves with each and every passing zone.
Gonna have to definitely find some new positioning. Not sure if I've ever
V Great with the Prime sub. Thank you, V Great. Why are you not live on YouTube? I am.
Zone here.
Yo, YouTube, can you type 1 if we're live?
Far and away. Now, again, they have that natural terrain to play off of here, so they're going to get a lot of value for their shockwaves. Real catch is if opponents start to base up sooner rather than later and get pretty much a bit of that high ground, they will
that's a lot of
be able
ones.
to be opened up to a bunch of fire. Threats and Veer find themselves below the surge. They're actually trying to out-survive this, waiting for the move in zone here as opposed to looking for a fight right now. So this is a team that's going to be fishing for damage here on the moving storm.
Can I be honest, Chad, about Storm Surge?
Even with that contested off-spawn fight, you got to imagine, since it is off-spawn,
I think they can.
100 HP,
I think they can make Storm Surge.
Down to a sliver of HP at one point to start the game. So just because you're contested, just because you win, doesn't mean it's
slower.
Joy at the end of the day.
Like,
but you were right. It does look like their first attempt.
Like, I think they could just have it just be slightly slower in terms of allowing people to fight while it's active. Because so many times when Storm Surge is active, like, and you're watching someone try to fight, like, that shit just fries them. I think the goal is obviously the players are gonna, they're gonna die out because they're losing health. But I feel like it could just be slightly nerfed in terms of how hard it hits.
Continue to do what they do. We said that
Goodness gracious.
Uncharacteristically positioned on the backside of zone. You can see it's ending up.
Something about Poyo and Peterbot is they're always gonna have like a few kills going into the end game. I think what's killing Clix and Higgs is they play so well for the win, but they do not take fights and they do not get kills until the end game. Like yesterday they won 2 in a row and they were tied with first place. Like they were in first but they were tied with second in terms of points. While like Cold had like 8 kills in one of the end games. Like
doesn't find any luck there.
Those kills add up.
Because he is out of heals, 165 HP. He can only take about 8 ticks of this zone total, even if he was full health. And those ticks are being a huge difference maker, forcing him to try to make a play here. 145. He's going to be able to make it above on that last one because of the shockwave of somebody else. But now
he's
his
cooked.
turn to try to shockwave in. He takes that same
trying to get that shield
damage. The blessing here, though, monster for him is Storm Surge just deactivated.
Oh, we got a kill for Clix. Nice.
Clix and Higgs doing exactly what they do best.
Dude, no. Oni HQ. Wait, Zen's fighting on high ground. Oh, God.
While we look away, Zen
that's scary.
To come up here.
That's scary because Zen's like a Zone Wars demon.
Make a play for height, but Clix and Higgs shut it down, and they remain successfully in control here at the moment. Now,
he's using the gloves.
Very early here, and they didn't have max material.
He's using the gloves. I very rarely see the pros use the gloves.
I
don't know why.
Higgs finally getting that elimination, getting cleaned up for Bucky. Look towards the backside of the zone.
Dude, I love. Oh, dude, Poyo and Peterbot are about to fucking bounce. Oh no. No, they're not. They're not.
To the front, not just yet going for height. We still got a few more zones for that to be a possibility. But if you look at the
I'm so
material
impressed
count,
with
they
how
can
Clix and Higgs have just been able to really hold height every game almost. More than half the games, they're on high ground. They've become such a dominant high ground team.
On the chug jug either, so a dangerous position here for Acorn to be in.
And there's opponents in the storm as well. Bolts is somewhat left behind here, trapped in the build. Meanwhile, Cold and Rapido, a single Elim, but this is where we've seen them do best.
Last year they were like a low ground team.
I've done that once before.
Yeah, I mean they've become so good at high ground control and everything.
Curve on the other side have 4 eliminations.
Yeah, Clix got another knock.
In here. This is what we wanted to see from Veno and Curve.
I think they're getting contested right now.
Just couldn't quite figure out their end game and find
Looks
their
like I'm
footing.
Enough and Salt are
But
pushing
now,
up.
Here we are seeing a stronger than ever Veno.
Peterbot just, bro. Peterbot and Poyo are farm. They like right now they're not farming, but that's what they do. Like they literally farm kills on the medium ground and low ground. They run around so confident. Okay, Higgs. Oh god. Oh god. I called it. Salt and I'm Enough.
A whole new team.
Where's Clix? Is Clix dead?
Ready to make day number 2
Ah,
here. They already have those
crap.
3 eliminations. They're looking up, making sure nobody else is up there. They don't see anybody, so they
Oh, I'm Enough got knocked.
back to down low, and that was the distraction.
This high ground like
That was the
flying
mistake.
in the
Flying
air
outside of the zone.
with the
Curve and
SMG is
Veno
like
are
so
now our new
powerful.
teams on high ground.
Excellent execution as well, from practice to putting it into
Damn,
play here.
dude.
Curve and Veno have the high ground here. No heals though, so we'll keep
Peterbot
an eye on them.
about to go
Poyo is
down.
And now Peterbot left to clutch this up by himself. He makes it right into the top 10.
Damn.
A little bit of HP there, but unfortunately will fall just short.
Dude,
Now
Cold-
Curve and Veno assessing the situation here.
Cold's
They have
still
maps to
alive,
play
bro.
with. They
They're
have
about to
the
take
height
first.
and the distance from the rest of the opponents, but can they put the pressure down?
Yeah, coming into
They're
this
about to take
game,
first.
10th place on the leaderboard. Not where they have
Sphinx
hope,
and Muzz are
but
looking
what
healthy,
we're
too.
questioning is what is going wrong in their mid to end games, because if they can make it there, they can make the plays happen, and they're showing it here early in game number 1. Cold and Rapid get pushed. Cold goes down. A sacrifice for Rapid. He gets the elim, and he's trying to get out. Wagers goes down to Muzz and Sphinx. This is just chaos ensuing on the low ground, and for Muzz and Sphinx, they might be the only duo left alive down below. Rapid
Yeah, I think
goes
Muzz and
out,
Sphinx win this
Allo
one.
goes down. They have full control of the
From the
bottom
low
side of
ground.
map.
I think they went
Now
from the
they
low
can
ground.
just get a little bit of material here off one of
They've
these
got
refreshes.
they've got
They'll be in
so
huge
many
shape
materials,
here to actually fight
and they've got
right
heals.
now. There it is, the most important elim. Veno and Curve are really down and out. They're pretty much down bad here.
Yeah.
This is going to come down to all accuracy.
See Veno
Oh!
audio visual.
Oh!
Takes down Sphinx.
What a
At least
fuck!
he's trying to keep himself
Oh,
alive.
that was
Against
smart.
Curve and Veno start
Oh, that was
game
crazy.
7
Hold on now.
fire.
And Veno is that guy. He's the guy that we knew that coming into a second day, he's going to tweak the game plan.
Oh,
He's
dude,
gonna
I
make
forgot
sure
he's
gonna
playing
be
with
able to
Veno.
perform here, Jacob.
I should have never
And they
underestimated
did
Veno.
just that. What a win for them right there. They're going to wrap up the first game here on the second day. Game 7, Zeke, is now officially wraps.
Veno! Veno, no way! Did I just see that insane shot? Veno, oh, I cannot believe this, guys. I thought to myself, game 1 has to start strong, right? Like, game 1 of 6 today has to start strong. And Curve and Veno get a 9 elim victory royale. Kelly, I'm losing it!
Yes, you are, but they aren't. And I think that there was a lot of us wondering if they were losing it.
The
after
Brozo,
game
53
number
months.
1, ending the day off in 10th place, which, you know, reasonably
How much better
isn't that
is
bad
Nizar than you at
but
basketball in your
Curve
prime?
and
No
Veno,
shade.
expecting them
Bro,
to be
Nizar is
top
really,
five
really
after
good
day
at
number
basketball.
1.
He's
But if
much
they
better
continue to
because
play
he actually
like
plays
this, Vivid, if they're able
every
to
single
run that
day.
mid-game and then wait for the opportune moment to steal height,
Well, I
just
mean,
like they did in game number 7.
he
then
kind
I
of
can imagine
bloomed
going
after
deeper
high school.
than
Like he didn't make the high school
climbing up
team,
that leaderboard as the day goes
but
on.
he
I mean, Veno
got
coming over
taller
today,
like after he
was one of
graduated
those
high school, and then
players
he
that
just
people were
been
kind of
grinding
expecting to
basketball.
see up on the high
But I did
ground,
play
and at first,
varsity
he kind of
in high school,
fizzled
so
out. It
I
felt
was better
like,
in high school,
you know,
but
coming into these grand finals
now
with
he's
today,
definitely much
Peterbot
better.
and Poyo, they were the 2 main
He's a
contenders
great
that
shooter.
everybody was kind of talking about, and it feels like finally in game number 7 we get to see exactly why.
Frantic, we don't need those
initial
negative vibes
goals
in the
of
chat
Veno
right now,
can
man.
control
10-minute
high ground
timeout.
were even a thing to begin with, and I gotta tell you, this is very, very scary for this grand finals and everybody
chill,
that
bro.
was
Be chill.
above Veno and Curve at the start of the day, because yesterday in day number 1, they did not have any singular game where they got better than 10th place. This was their first time jumping into the single.
This was a great pump.
And they win it.
That was a
And they
great
look
pump.
disgusted. I mean, that shot right there from Veno, you guys couldn't see me. My jaw was literally as far down as it
Oh, so
possibly
that's
could
Veno,
go.
X at 35. I was wondering who that was.
The duo's looking good. They made it to
Why
the end game
why
all
does
the
he
way,
change
and
his
they were
why
on
does he
the
change
high
his name
ground.
to that?
I don't know.
It's a
I'm
terrible
scared.
name.
Oh my gosh, this is why sometimes we talk about like day 2 teams, right? Day 2, they come back even stronger. Has Veno been set free? Is he off the leash? Is he going crazy? Oh wow. Okay. Don't worry. We still have 5 games left to go. We're gonna take a short break. When we come back, you know we have to take a look at those standings because there's been
What are the
some
scoring rules
changes.
for this
We'll see in
round?
just a
Like who
minute.
moves on, or is it the last 6 games? These are the last 6 games. There's 5 more games left. They're gonna show us the leaderboard here in a second. How'd they lose height? They got jumped. They got jumped by Enough and Salt. I kind of want to go to this LAN in Germany. When is the LAN? It's at the end of May, right? Yeah. I kind of want to go. I should message my Epic contact to see if they want me out there. Or are we TikTok chat? Yes, I do. Oof. Oh, Plugsy! Plugsy! What a clip. Wait, that was smart, grabbing the mats.
Wait, if you're mid play.
What a pump. Oh, oh, oh. What were those 2 guys doing? What were they doing?
And I don't know how to feel about it.
You're not used to losing. Getting beaten?
Not like this. These players are just so locked in.
Could it be the milk?
What is this commercial? Milk has nutrients that can help you focus. That's just not, that's not real. No. I'm not falling for the milk propaganda.
Welcome back, Fortnite fam, to the FNCS.
Cypher, let me put you on Rainbow Six Siege. No.
Overall goes over
No.
Verve and Veno.
I don't want to play Rainbow
Live.
Six Siege.
Victory Royale. Now, I mentioned before the break, these standings are going to shift. Kelly called out, yeah, Curve and Veno were in the top 10. You know, that's kind of crazy. But, you know, Kelly, it just takes one game of Fortnite to kind of change everything around. And, of course, wouldn't you know it, Curve and Veno have actually jumped up from that 10th place. 327 points. I guess, Kelly, without spoiling it, where do you think they landed? I'm going to answer for you. Top 5!
Okay, top 5. That's just what we were talking about. And
Good
you
answer,
can
good
see
answer.
that Calling from Sundown from many years ago, the Shupening is happening right now. From 1st to 5th place, we have around a 71-point difference, and we know that 71 points is easily gained in a single game, Vivid. So to see Curve and Veno, who are at the bottom of this list in page number 1, jump up all the way, I feel like not only inspires me, but also inspires the rest of the lobby.
You know what's scary about Cold and Rapid?
For them to go ahead and do this and coming
being in first right now, it's like
how many points
they're not going anywhere. Like they get elims every game.
6 games on day number 1,
and they're so consistent with making it to top 5.
Rapid, we're sitting in first.
So Clix and Higgs need to just like they need to like win like back to back again today.
After day number 1, like Kelly mentioned, they're now 71 points behind, which means that they closed the gap.
Have I heard about Ballers League? I have.
42 points. So technically speaking,
yo, Captain Nair with the 2 months. Thank you.
Number 7 back 2 more times. Curve and Veno would be in first place right now. Anything's possible. These standings are a lot closer than it currently may seem. And Zeke, can we just talk about this elimination column?
How many games are left? There's 5 games left.
Leading right now. They have 40 eliminations.
Yeah, Curve and Veno with 40 elims is crazy.
Crazy, right? The overall placement they have may not be the craziest, right? But I mean, when you have 40 eliminations, 40, they have an average placement of 17, but it doesn't matter, right? This is what that difference maker was of that additional point from elims. But guys, also just look at this leaderboard, right? Look at the little numbers right next to their placement, right? We see Golden Rapid, Acorn and Bolts, they swap places, but everyone else besides Veno and Curve have not moved, right? That top 6 right before they jumped in here are all pushing forward together. It's so insane. I mean, even look at like Peterbot and Pollo and Clix and Higgs, and now we also have to look at Javi and Aminish, because Clix and Higgs are now tied with them points wise, but Peterbot and Pollo are only 10
Will we see
points ahead
Peterbot
of
landing
them.
on Cold?
I
No.
just can't believe how close all of this has become after a single game, Kelly.
Dude, what was this? They
and
just
I
like
mean,
fried that
look
dude.
at Peterbot and Pollo
He was not
right
paying
now,
attention.
and that looked actually like that could have been a very successful game for them. However, Peter was a solo player towards the end right there and did go down, I believe, in 9th place. There was a moment in that game, though, where it looked like they were taking a peek up onto Height. They saw that it was Clix and Higgs, and for sure, I thought they were going to go and steal for Height again. But it didn't look like it went that way for them, Vivid. However, it does seem like they're already starting to change up their strategy just a little bit from what we saw from day number 1. So I can expect some more changes as well as the day goes on.
Yeah, I saw a little bit more aggressive plays out of them. I mean, we're kind of used to that in past seasons.
No, they're not using soft aim, Namsan.
I mean, once again, we jump over to them when they're in the end game, and they just have nothing, you know, no builds to kind of work with.
Have I heard of the Sidemen charity match? Yeah, I have.
Where they have to invest so much stuff, but we have not been able to see Peterbot and Pollo be healthy enough in the end game to kind of push for any of these victory royales.
You know, and that's.
Do I have iShow
it's
Speed's
tough
phone number?
because
No.
this is just the first game of the day
I have
in
Mr.
5-1,
Beast's
but
phone number.
we
You guys
also
want it?
can't really skip a beat, can we, Vivid? Like, we need to make sure now more than ever we are minimizing those little mistakes or whatever. Like, again, look at the top of the leaderboard, right? We came in, Acorn and Bolts was 1 point ahead because of this last game. Acorn and Bolts fell in 12th place with only 2 elims. You look up, Cold and Rapid, a 4th place with 3. This is going to come down to this over like the next 5 games, right, Kelly? A single mistake. Everybody is taking steps farther and farther up the leaderboard. A single mistake will suddenly shift everything. And enough of those chained together, suddenly the point thresholds are going to see that pattern.
Do I want to play in Sidemen charity? I mean, if they invited me, I would say
Well,
yeah.
You say these single mistakes, and I
Assuming
think a
that
reflection of
it worked with
is
my
that
schedule.
You can't just have these teams that are kind of playing a little passively, right? They're going for placements. Maybe they get a handful of eliminations. You need these teams that are able to pull out these pop-off games, and that is why Cold and Rapid, although they might not be having these wins that all these other teams in our top 5 are having, they did have that 11 elimination 2nd place. So these pop-off games are now what's going to be separating our top from the rest of the lobby.
Golden Rapid, man, they continue to be consistent.
Veno
They're
won
trying
first
to
game.
pull away. A couple of teams are on the hunt. 5 more games to do it.
Veno and Curve.
Oh, man, let's get right back into it. Game 8 is ready. So, casters, take it away.
The first game today.
Monster, they're talking about 5 games left. It almost feels like that's a lot of time. But you and I,
Guys, I'm not
know
giving out
these
Mr. Beast's
games
phone number.
will go
Stop.
quick. We already seen an accelerated game 1 in terms of elimination.
I'll give you guys Courage JD's phone
Yeah,
number.
definitely. That game 1 started off so fast. We looked up 76
I
players.
was like, nah, I don't want
are
that.
left in the lobby. there was no first kind of surge warning that we're really used to seeing.
What I had for
in
lunch today, I had a
PvP+.
chicken
So
sandwich.
we just kind of jumped into the mid game and things were so different.
Chicken salad
the
sandwich.
Dynamic, you can tell, is already shifting. You know, there's something new in the air here, and our top teams are starting to break away. So let's just go on the battle bus one more time.
Standings are just getting so much closer than ever before, and you can even look down to that qualification spot into the top 13. That is as stacked as the race at the top of the leaderboard. So we'll have our eyes peeled on both the top and those qualification spots throughout the day. But
Do you think if Clix sacrifices everything outside of the game, he would win an
the
FNCS?
top 5 players in damage.
Bro, I don't know what you're
There are
asking right
2
now.
Of those 5
What
players.
are
Both
you
of these
asking?
guys are firing all cylinders, and this is when we were going into the heat spot.
If Clix sells his soul, will he win an
Obviously,
FNCS?
the accolades aren't there on Curve, but it reminds me so much of that Queasy and Veno duo that dominated EU for so long.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. And, you know, we called it out at several different points last time.
How many likes for a
Game one,
PC?
Curve and Veno's, you know, ability to ambush multiple teams at different vending machines was honestly commendable.
How
And
about
then
we
when
get a
teams
job?
like 3 or 4, and they had like 7 elims in the early game. So clearly,
Guys, I'm not doing that.
They have figured
I'm not.
that part out. And if today it's all end games with Veno and Curve, I mean, all they've been doing.
And I'm
all
sorry for
season
saying
long
the
is
J word. My bad.
practicing Psychoing for height and dominating, right? And hey, this is the 3rd time now Veno basically makes an end game, 2 of which he went for high ground. So he's showing us if he's got a shot at it, they're gonna take it.
Seeing so many teams really kind of emerge and their game plan set in stone, but these quick off spawn fights really prove to kind of be the
Let's go,
difference
Empen!
between Mafia against
Stay alive, Jack.
And already one elimination being
Oh yeah, it
cleared
was.
by
I met
Mafia.
Empen
He's gonna be
in LA
going down, but they kind of switch up their drop
at the Star Wars
split.
thing with
It's not
Fortnite.
too far away from the split drop towards
That's not the
left,
first time I met
they're
him, but he was
actually
there.
Full committing to the south side of Frigid Fortress this time around. Not sure if it's a bus path change or an overall game plan adjustment. But for Jack and NPen, that might be the difference.
1 billion likes, Afro, for
got
you, just for
Menace
you.
On the other side, you got Osin and Scare on the north side, so it's not going to be as free as it seems.
There's a lot going on here. Definitely, they're kind of in the mix here. Now they do have, like you said, that early elim here. So it's a single player left in the duo.
What does Clix have to do to try to get himself in position to try to win? I mean, he needs to stick to the game plan, and they need to play better. Oh,
there it is.
oh,
Oh my gosh!
no!
What a shot by the tick here. And this is what, you know, this is what happens at the highest level of play, right, Jacob? Like, anything can happen. Pros do have their moments where they end up clutching up, and although
I wonder if they realize that they
finish
killed
here,
2 solos.
It doesn't matter. MPen is now in a much worse position.
Yeah, NPen is just hoping that Osid and Scare get bored. They don't look for him, and you can kind of see in the feed that NPen did not get eliminated. But in comes Dragon and Creon. This might be a
Oh my
blessing
God,
for
there's a
NPen to try to
whole-
get out. He does
whole
have
mess
the zip
happening
line,
here.
though, leaves you open to taken shot. Creon, Dragon.
They need to play better
Absolutely
height
great
defense.
shot
Like
on
they've,
Osid's gonna push him
Clix and
back.
Higgs will have height, and then teams will just like fly above them, and
Creon's there on the other side.
oh my
They
God,
improve. Dragon
they're getting
with full
cooked.
aggression on this fight against Osid and Scare. They already get the first knock. Creon with the other angle. They get a full-on wipe.
They played that perfectly as well, leaving that weakened wall there while Dragon distracted from the high ground and then takes it at the prime time there. The timing just couldn't have been better. Looks Karis trapped, caught with this pickaxe out. Just not much you can do here. Meanwhile, Falcons, Peterbot and Boyo back at it, this time onto Chris and Drew. We've seen this fight happen before. The last time,
Bro, I'd be
Chris and Drew were
so
left
frustrated getting
almost
keyed by
shambles
Peterbot and
chased
Poyo.
across a big section of the map, and it seemed pretty similar when the zone was kind of keeping Squibbly in play. They essentially went for the battle.
In the Middle East, servers are still not fixed, and players are getting 3x their usual ping. Do you know anything about that?
Some of these risks
I think the Middle East servers are in India right now because of
they didn't necessarily win the trades here when it
the
comes to
conflicts
Surge.
happening in the Middle
We're gonna have to
East.
go back on over to Squibbly.
I
In
think that's
essence,
what's
they
happening.
do have almost infinite heals that do spawn up over towards that rift. But Riptides, we saw threats in Beer. Win the fight in that last game. Beer almost going down. You can see it kind of led into them being affected by storms.
It was in India, but now it's in Qatar.
Platform
Got you.
blanks. A team that qualified out of Frigid
They changed it
Fortress
back.
with
Got
the
you, got you.
victory royale, just changing up their drops.
Do I read Twitter
And
DMs?
that's sometimes what you have to
Not
do.
really.
Day one to day two, you hit
I don't
the
really look at
vibe,
my
figure out
DMs
what
like that.
changes you can make.
Threats and Veer were successful in the last game. This time, Threats is left to play this one out by himself, at least here at the start. And once again, though, Jake, I'm looking at that overall player count, 78 remaining. So it seems like the early day jitters are out the window here now. You're back to Curve and Veno playing similar to the last time. It made sense why there was that big wooden base. This is just the early game strategy. Committing here to play for a Surge Tower.
Would you visit my food truck to try out the food? I'm in Austin also. What's your food truck called?
Now, you know, Curve is kind of, I wouldn't say the mastermind by any means, but he's the main guy, the main source of their early game damage. Trying to get Surge. You see them breaking open the tops of buildings. That way nobody can safely lurk nearby. And I think that's one thing for certain, because we saw Veno try to make that attempt in that last game, lurk back towards a Surge base that was momentarily stolen. And I almost wonder if that's why. You see a lot of these Surge bases, Monster, Metal, Brick. Veno and Curve, for the most part, they build it in wood.
Yeah, they know it's temporary. They don't want
You
to
open up your
attract too
TikTok
much
and it's just
attention.
loud as hell.
And maybe when it's wood, it kind of signals to other people, no one's going to be based up in wood, right? Surely not. It's all part of the strategy. Mind games at play here. H-Cube Encrypted do end up finding threats there. So
Who's this Oni H Cube guy?
Solo now, back
I
to the
never
lobby.
signed him to Oni.
A little update here with Cold and Rapid.
For threats going down, though, and Veer, that's a huge loss. You know, coming into this game alone, they're in 11th place. They're 20 points ahead of the line, 13th place for that Summit land spot. So they're going to have to really hope the rest of the competition doesn't fare as well in this game, kind of giving them a couple of chances to close out the day. There'll be 4 more games left for them. 5 overall, including this one for Cold and Rapid, just kind of business as
Can I bring out Levi or Jet? Levi and Jet are with the babysitter right now.
was able to get the mythic chaos
I get them back
reloader.
tomorrow.
You can see all the sorts of goodies that they have, multiple pizzas, med kits. So they can honestly stay here just like they normally do, rotate late, and just kind of pad that surge stat.
Yeah, at least 4 or so games yesterday. I think whenever we tuned in, essentially, they had a mythic shotgun or AR or otherwise. So they have had a fair amount of success and a little bit of luck finding their kind of loadout situation. Molten Acorn in a fight against Electro and Oak right now. It's a bit of a messy one. You see other teams putting their influence into the mix here. Throwing their ammo into the bucket, if you will. Electro manages to sneak out the side, though. Turn things around, puts himself in between those firing shots.
My food truck is called Taquitos. I'm gonna write this down. I can't promise I'll go, but if it's in the area,
Electro and Oak, they don't want to overstay their
I'll
welcome here.
come by.
Shockwave outside of range for Acorn and Bold, but they end up in the range of Cole and Madden. Also been performing well so far on day number 1. It looks like Electro and Oak are looking to get aggressive.
Oh, yeah,
here,
it's not
making
too
for
far
some
from
early
me.
surge or eliminations, depending on what they're looking for overall. If they want to try to fly up that leaderboard, but there are 4 teams directly in this.
I'll come by.
location. Acorn and Bolts all the way towards the north, and a couple of teams stacked up in between. Electro and Oak got all of that information through the past couple of shockwaves, and I do think they're making the right decision. Focus on getting into zone instead of staying on a stacked edge, especially for
find
their
right here.
loadouts. Yeah, they don't have nothing.
move from the right side, but the right side, I'm not covering anything.
Already, they're going to have to get their material count back. But you saw their Cold, they thought they were spotted out. That's why they based up almost defensively out the gate, which gave Electro the signal. Like, yo, wait a second. These dudes are hiding from us. Like, maybe we should.
Surge is on the right, go left.
Thinks he's out though. Peterbot Pollo back at it right now, finding CDZ and Raven here. It's like the worst nightmare for CDZ and Raven. You know, we gave them a lot of grace yesterday as we watched them continue to improve game to game, but whatever they're doing right now, they're ending up in the war path with Peterbot and Pollo. I don't like it. I'm sure they don't either.
Damn.
They almost got the down onto Pollo, but that's maybe a non-factor. He does clean up that elimination. It almost makes me wonder, CDZ and Raven rotated in towards Swibbly in that last game. They did not fight.
How many likes for
Peterbot
Red Bull,
and Pollo.
guys? I'm not
They're
doing
not
likes for
thinking about
anything.
Peterbot and Pollo. They're not going to be here. They're going to rotate on out. This time, a whole different plan for Pete and Pollo. They stay around Swibbly Shores. They spot out the team rotating in, and they just fight for those eliminations.
Let's go, Clix and Higgs. Let's
4
go.
points for them as
Give
they
me
continue to
some.
rise up that leaderboard. They closed the gap already with game number 1. And they're already closing the gap again. Depending on how many eliminations that Curve and Veno have been able to get so far, this game started with a 13-point lead between 5th and 6th place. Well, they've already cut it down to 5.
Clix and Higgs want to do that as well. I mean, clearly the #1 problem with their entire situation right now is that they need way more eliminations. They came into this with roughly 15 or so.
Yeah, their
All
elimination
the
count
teams
is very
that are
low.
top 10, they are definitely towards the bottom of the elim activity. Their placement points are exceptional though. And I mean, they even do have those 2 wins. Like, let's not forget that, right? Like, that's super impressive all in all.
For a moment yesterday.
Are you for real? Is this Cypher? Yeah, it's me.
First time FNCS.
What do you mean?
Gonna be able to channel that. They're not gonna get high elimination games. They
Yo,
really need
Alox,
to
thank you so much for the
inside
gifts on
top
TikTok. I
5,
see you, man.
and Ritual. Uncontested
How many more games are there? This
for the
is
most part, this is one of those POI
game
games
8 of 12.
very
So there's this
teams
game, then 4 more.
rotate in and around. I think they know how aggressive Ritual
Akazushi with the Prime
they
sub.
actually stay at these
SSM
POIs.
King also dropped the Prime sub. Thank
Get
you.
some early surge and avoid rotating around so they don't take any free damage to some of these other teams. Rotate late in the next couple of zones, but for Hobby and Aminish, they've already made it priority to rotate in towards the zone. Not too far away. If you look at the mini-map, those little blue arrows, yep, that's visuals, that's braids, kind of taking a page out of their playbook, elevate themselves on a mountain in the center of zone, and hopefully teams make mistakes.
What's my dream car?
Yeah, their strategy hasn't changed. I mean, even last game was not too bad. They could have just
right
pushed it
now,
a little bit further. They'd be sitting still inside a third.
A
but 16
Lamborghini
is still an A,
Revuelto
you know,
or Revuelto. I
overall.
don't know how to pronounce it.
However, the big points start to really add up if you break into the top 10, closer to that top 5.
Lamborghini
Sphinx here.
Revuelto.
See Sphinx. Yep, looks like he must have been caught in some of the action here.
I
Look,
want
Jacob,
this
we were
car,
talking about how
chat.
fast, you know,
I need
the
everybody to
first, like, 2
subscribe.
zones have played out, and then from then till now, it's almost as if no one's been eliminated. We're still at that 76 player mark.
If everybody watching subscribes, I'll buy this
Speaking
car
of some of these
right now.
contested drops with surrounding lands, a little bit of freedom.
Nah,
Everybody has that time limit where they have to drop, they have to get their loot, they have to.
I feel weird about spending,
so maybe that's the
like,
little window of opportunities.
this is like a $750,000 car. I feel weird about spending that much money on a car.
Play out here. Aggression is going to be the name of the game if you're looking to make up
Maybe
some of those
I'm not
points.
good at
Ben
being
and
rich.
Herb already doing it. We're seeing Peterbot come online with doing it. In instances, we talked about some of the solo clutch impact points monster. It's
like $890,000. Yeah, it's a.
But if we would have kept the list going for these last couple of games, added on top of
It's
that,
an
Aegis
expensive
did
car.
move, I believe, into the top 5 of solo clutch players.
Most definitely. This is a great kind of position to start catching up. Talk about visual and breeds.
But I have like an internal, like, regardless of how much money I've made or make, I have like an internal like money barrier where I'm just like
that have to move long before
like I
they
don't
have their clear pathway to success.
like I don't feel comfortable
And then they have teams all in the distance
doing that.
part in the process.
Dude, what happened?
Clix is actually in a world of trouble. Why in the world would he end up by the Dark Dominion? We'll just have to figure that one out here in a second. But he's lost Clix.
Get Higgs back up.
Yeah,
Or Higgs.
Decisions, yeah. Big part of their game.
Don't go down there, bro. Cold and fucking Rapid are down there.
Not sure why Rapid and Cold would be down there, but you can see why they were getting aggressive. They're rate 252 above the damage threshold. Clix is actually pushing right back.
Cypher,
in.
your character is built on discipline, growth, and resilience. You rise through every challenge, proving that true strength comes from consistency, mindset, and never backing down. Did you just chat GPT that comment, bro? I see the little hyphens, little double hyphens. Yo, Jay, thank you for the roses.
It's just a matter of Cold and Rapid rotating out. Clix probably checking to make
As a
sure.
fellow multimillionaire, just get the car, Syph. Enjoy life.
Even though in this moment, Monster, it looks like disaster.
I enjoy life. I enjoy life.
Fresh air and time to breathe if he can get that reboot off.
I just don't feel
we'll have to go to the replays to find out. He had to have
I don't feel right about
right?
buying like an $800,000 car.
Like
I don't feel right about that.
Not for no reason, at least, not as a solo,
I think
so.
when I do buy like another car, if I'm gonna go crazy, like I think the most I'll do is 350K.
Peterbot for you though, in a bit of a standoff right now, and they have the zone. Okay, this is actually perfect. 800 damage above. Material count not exactly maxed out, however, though, they have everything else going for them.
They have a team next to them. Flex and Light on the other side, trying to put down pressure, possibly.
Also, like the streets of Austin are not the best when it comes to like sports cars. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't really see them even that often around here because of
multiple teams. Looks like they spotted him out as
It's not really the city for those kind of cars.
His way, trying to put down pressure with his own. Max pulls yet again.
Buy
away
properties.
from
I mean, I
Reed.
have
Gonna
properties.
see if he's gonna actually try to go for the revive here with very little materials, or play it out as a solo. I think he has no other choice but to play this one out as a solo. There's not enough time.
I'm trying to.
Both of them will end up going down. So Reed.
Uh-oh, Bolts and Acorn in trouble.
Here to finish this game.
Pressure on Bolt and Acorn as well here. Below the surge, we were highlighting the fact that teams like Acorn and Bolts didn't have problems with the Storm Surge at all, at least doing damage to them. And then we come in down.
Can somebody explain Surge to me?
It's not the same story here at all. Acorn, so much
I'll move my
pressure, doesn't
camera.
even have
I am
time
blocking
to heal,
Surge.
But Bolts comes in to back him up here. This is onto paper.
Surge, okay.
This is really going to come down to whether or not Bolts can buy
In-
his team
in
a little bit of
Fortnite,
time. He's done it so far. He finds
Specifically
Paper now.
competitive because players are alive.
Paper goes rolling away
The
off
game-
to the side. Resi now.
The game
One-on-one
ensures
against
that there
Acorn.
is
You
a certain
gotta
amount
bet
of
for
players.
yourself, son.
Acorn's going down
This is
here.
gonna be tough. Resi's trying to hold it down. Acorn, though. The big
Wait.
Acorn is here.
Bolt's got him.
And he does what he needs to do to stay in the game. But
No. No.
Bolts have to leave him. Oh my gosh.
My.
So
I can't believe that.
in Fortnite, it tracks how much damage you do in a game. And throughout the match, there's a certain amount of players that the game wants to be alive maximum. It's changed throughout the years, but I'll just give like example numbers, right? Like let's just say like after like the first zone, there's like 80 people alive, but the game wants like 72 people to be alive. And the reason why is because if 80 people stay alive and through endgame, it's going to be super laggy and the game will just break. So the players that don't have enough damage done, they're going to be below Storm Surge. And if they don't do damage to get above the surge, they'll start taking 25 damage every few seconds
I'm just thinking like
until they die,
Cold and Rapid have a chance to
or
pull
until
so far
people
ahead of the
die and there's
competition.
less than like, let's
Huge
say,
problem for
72.
this lobby right now.
And then as the game progresses, there's like more and more thresholds that the game has. So towards the end, there only needs to be 40 people alive maximum in the end game. So there's more than 40 people, Storm Surge will kick in and start killing people who don't have enough damage done. Bro, Reeds.
Moment he needs.
Reeds.
Literally, if
From
it was
30
still
HP
actually
and he's
active
back.
Monster, he would have been ticked down for sure, but Reed making a play. 4 more points in this game. 2 teams need to go down, and he's going to start getting rewarded with placement points.
Hey man, he's back.
Incredible.
Like he never left right here. It's got 2 big pots as well to bounce back in the game. Pressure on Braids and Visuals from the side here. These are his walls too. He can get in and make some pretty.
Dude, Clix died.
But talk about a way to claw your way out of the grave for a second. Visuals and Braids though. Look at what happened here. Just shortly before they made that rotate, they actually find an elimination there, an important one as well. At 3 HP, the Siphon is what's going to keep them in the game, remaining competitive. I saw that while we were hopping around, Clix actually eliminated 2. So we have some pretty big top 10 teams now.
Okay, chat, it's just adding to the storyline. It's just adding to the storyline. He's dead to Surge.
Braids get a little moment to breathe, but it's not going to last very long.
See, Braids had some extra shield, allowing him to take the tick, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to find the damage, especially in a zone like this. Curve and Veno, we saw Shockwave from the backside of zone to contest the high ground. Nobody.
It's just adding to the storyline, chat. Clix has to clutch up the last 4 games to make it happen.
Sometimes we say it's a little bit too early.
Yo, Wallow guy with the Galaxy, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Shay with the tacos and the cactus. Thank you, Shay. Appreciate you.
Looking at what's in front of him, that's Slepsy, that's Wagers. Put down
Thank you for all the gifts, Shay. 03562 with the gifts as well.
Yeah, there's one thing about the way Clix and Higgs played. They played
Jace with the gift, thank you.
And not really overcommit with the tarps. And I would love to see teams do that because high ground is completely free right now. Even Rituals and Ages are looking up like, wait a second, bro. No one's up here, and you saw him kind of break off for it. Braids on the other side, though, just popping off right here. Playing the edge of zone, gets a little Siphon going, and now look.
That was a bad game for Clix and Higgs.
Come in. They were just waiting for someone to build the foundation, and
That
now
was a
they
bad
come in
game.
to try to take the investment away from them, and it actually works off.
Yeah, massive damage onto Agers, onto Ritual, forcing them away, but you still got to be careful for Curve and Benno. Full HP front side of zone. Agers gets left by himself. Talk about him moving possibly into the top 5 in terms of solo impact points in this game, and this is another chance for him to do just that. There's a bunch of points in terms of placement still left on the board. 4 points per elimination if he can clean those up, but he has to watch out because Peterbot and Foyo, not only they have the high ground, they notice him as second.
Oh, Clix
put down
died.
a little bit of pressure, forcing him down a whole nother layer, and then set their focus onto 20 and Neko as well.
Could you add predictions from next game? I don't know how to do that. Mods?
Holden Rapid may not have won a game
Oh,
this weekend,
Rapid
but
went
they've been
down.
playing low ground very well, but look at this. As I'm about to celebrate their key position,
Peterbot on height. Wait, Curve
Meanwhile, Curve,
and Vino.
Venno doing the same thing they did before, play deep side of Storm, come bouncing way on in.
Oh!
With the Flowberry Mist to just support them here for the high ground take, but Venno's got to be careful. He's right outside the box of Peterbot, Foyo. It seems like they've conceded to give away the high ground, and it is theirs now.
Foyo goes down. Peterbot has no health. Back-to-back wins.
Foyo's down and out in the
I think they get it back-to-back.
It's all up to Peterbot to clutch it up too.
Back-to-back is 100% certainly possible, especially with the tough competition.
Back-to-back, and they take first place.
Their run has come to an end. Vivid was talking about if they could repeat that same game, they could close the gap. But now with first, second, and third place out of your way,
Peterbot,
this
6
is
HP.
an opportunity to do it, but Peterbot by himself.
Generational performance right here from Peter.
Finds a little crevice there to hold on to down
And
below. Not able to get
he
the
died.
elimination, though. He gets taken out. Top 6 situation. 3 solos running around. 3 duos still intact. Venno and Curve are still up above, raining down fire, not really giving anybody a chance to breathe and think outside of the box, which is Force and Seek to take this storm damage. It's his only play here to try to get some extra placement points.
Love what we're seeing right now. Venno coming down here. No material, just forced to play chest to chest here while Curve's got eyes from the top down. Here comes the mist. Just give them a little bit of a relief here, but Tyler comes
missed,
up, goes for the
just
pop
short.
shot, doesn't quite hit it. And Tyler's got enough mats to actually do
Drop that
work
extra
here.
shotgun, bro.
Jacob, this is not a safe endgame by any means. It really is going to come down to whether or not Tyler wants to contest them on height or jump down low for some elimination points.
Yeah, it's not just the build that I'm looking at. It's that mythic chaos reloader that can turn the tides of fights in the blink of an eye. But he's getting pushed by the solo down below. Seek, he gets the elimination. Sypher getting up to 200
1v2.
shield and HP.
He can do it. He can 1v2. Ah, they're kind of healthy.
Refusing to drop down low.
Oh!
They're refusing to get
Oh, he get a
no choice but to go up.
Oh!
Big shot on the curve. Tyler is trying to make
Oh, 40.
dreams come true. He lands another
Shockwave,
shot
shockwave.
on
Use the
the Venno
shockwave.
down below, trying to deny the back.
No, don't choke.
Tyler, he just needs
Don't
the one
choke.
chance, but he is already down. He's by himself. 1v1.
No way, dude. He almost choked that.
Tyler clutches up.
1v2.
It might have been his biggest play of his
Oh
career,
my
and
God.
he definitely
But Vino,
deserves it. There's one thing
and
you
Curve,
cannot deny.
first place at the
A
second place.
professional
They're
player
climbing.
with
They're
build
climbing.
is dangerous no matter who you are. Well played.
FNCS, baby. FNCS.
What an exception.
I thought he was going to try to shockwave him in a storm there at the end.
Yeah, I was saying Tyler, he needs a chance, but his duo's name's Chance, he's down. Well, he got that second opportunity, and he ran away with it, Zeke. Are you not excited?
That was... Dude, I'm sitting there like, Tyler's walking around taking these shots. I'm like, oh, myself. You know, I'm thinking like, oh, get out of the way. No. I just... You know, it's one of those situations, right, when you're like, dude, this is Curve and Venno, right? Like, we're about to see the back-to-back day 2 grands, and then the moment we pop over to Tyler, and you just look at his build, you're like, this guy has 90 builds. Like, GG, just kidding, it's all fine. Like, Kelly, and then just to hit those shots in again, like in a 1v2 in a Grand's lobby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I know no one wants to be stuck in the low ground when there is so much chaos going on, but having 90 builds in the final moment right there where there was literally only 3 other players alive just goes to show that maybe getting those refreshes can be so beneficial because you just stay so stocked up. But man, Tyler there, he played that low ground so well, and that's not to the detriment of Venno and Curve. They played height really well too.
Oh, he clutched as a solo.
Don't want to drop down. They don't want to give him that chance. So that gives you that kind of understanding that Venno and Curve were aware of the position that Tyler was in. And look at this.
Damn, what a pump.
He He didn't have any build,
Right
but
there.
getting that
Look at
refresh
that.
right there, Vivid, is what made the difference.
Oof.
We tuned in.
Oof.
He was in 11th zone and he had one build.
That was a
This kid had
crazy shot
one
right there.
elimination. When's the last time we saw anybody in any competition with triple digit
Dude, he was literally
builds
3
in the final
HP.
zone of the game? And I mean, listen, I wanted Veno and Curve to go ahead and win this game because the Surgeons up the leaderboard. Yeah, that would have helped them just that much more. But as soon as I saw 100+ materials, 100+ builds,
Clutched on 50
Tyler, I
ping.
was like, this one, he's gonna be an absolute
Wow.
hassle to take down, and he absolutely proved it.
Wow.
Shout out to Veno, though, because even with the odds stacked against him, took him down to 3 HP. It was close.
It was, man. I cannot believe.
All right, Chad, the
how
Clix
much
comeback
Day2
starts
is
now.
Delivering 280 points.
The Clix
And
comeback
now we are
starts
looking to cement
now.
Ourselves in that top 13. Shout outs to Tyler and Chance. Okay, we're gonna go to a break. When we return, again, we've got to take a look at these standings. How are things developing? More after this break. Stay tuned.
What are the scores looking like? They're about to show us after this break what the scores are looking like. Can I move my face cam? It's in the way, guys. Where do you want me to put my face cam? Zoom out. You guys, if you're on TikTok and you're asking me to zoom out, you can't zoom out. It's a vertical stream. You guys can just tune in on the other platforms that I'm on. You gotten so much more muscular since the last time I watched you 3 years ago. I've been grinding. Yo, thank you, Oats, for breakfast. Yo, Rockstar, the $2. Here's some of my ad revenue so you can buy it. Thank you. I want to buy that Ferrari.
I got hit. I'm popping in that bit. Wait, short. Got 6 builds? No, max up. Wait, if you're mid, wait. 100? 100?
That was a crazy clutch. Did I watch FNCS yesterday? I did. I was watching FNCS yesterday on the plane ride home. Sitting in first class with the FNCS on my phone. The flight attendant was like, "Would you like something to drink?" I'm like, "Stop. The FNCS is on. Please have some respect."
Stay there.
Yo, Banana Daddy just sent like 8 hand hearts. Thank you for that. I see you.
Carbon Venom. Carbon Venom. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, wait till you guys see the standings. First off, in case you missed it, welcome back to the FNCS. It is great day to be watching Fortnite. We just watched an incredible game, but Carbon Venom almost got another Victory Royale. Second place, 9 elims. I told you we'd have to look at these standings, right? Because I'm telling you, game to game, it feels like I have no sense of stability, Kelly. It feels like every time I have a semblance of like, this must be the way this is going, right? Wrong!
Is that
Because
new
the
for
standings
you?
decide, you know what? What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like instability is part of your lifestyle, Zeke. I don't think that's anything new whatsoever. But for the FNCS broadcast, seeing our leaderboard shake up.
Would I have winning the NBA Finals?
Might be a little bit new. I definitely thought the leaderboard was gonna be ready. There we go.
I think the Spurs are gonna win, but I also want LeBron to get his 5th ring. Dude, like LeBron going up 3-0 against Houston without AD,
first place.
AR and Luca.
They're now 27
Come
points
on.
behind
Come on,
first
man. That's
place.
incredible.
And then Elam
Yo,
calls
Shay,
it
thank you
just
so much for the
keeps
hat
getting
mustache.
crazier.
I see you. Thank you,
Talk about
Shay.
it was at 40. Now it's at 49.
I am just shocked. You know, like something that Kelly said at the start of like yesterday.
With his
that
own
kinda,
son
like,
on the court, catching
extra
alley-oops.
point, right? Again, it's like 1 point really doesn't sound like a lot, but when you put it in the hands of like a Curve and Veno who want to get aggressive, they want to get in these boxes, they want to take these fights. I mean, look at how it's paying off. We have just after 2 games.
Damn, I do not stream on email, no.
In 10. We are now second.
No KD for Houston, yeah, but
It's
like
not even like they're just kind of running on the low ground, getting these eliminations. No,
Still.
they're also making sure that they're stealing height, checking high ground, making sure that
LeBron's
they're
41
taking
years
away
old.
Other opportunities from other
Everybody
teams,
was,
so it's not
all
getting
the
what they're
analysts
doing
were
right,
saying
but what
Lakers are
they're
gonna get
taking away
swept.
from everyone else. And Curve and Venu are doing a great job.
Bro, I
of
feel like he
seeing
shot
how
that
field
second
as
shot
well as
so
being able to
fast.
do, and to see them use that strategy to be
It's
able
that
to
mythic. The mythic,
punish height.
the mythic reloads
Obviously,
faster,
going
right?
into this final moment,
Also,
the 1v2,
Vanna should have
against
not been
Chandler
trying to chop
against
him out.
Tyler,
He was clearly
probably not
connected,
the
double
position that
connected.
Vanna wanted to be in right now, but regardless of that, they are pushing themselves up the leaderboard right now. And you know, looking at
Mythic has
EU,
2
the most
shots, bro.
eliminations we saw
If
out
he
of
didn't have the mythic, he doesn't get that
Giants
kill.
roll with 57
I forgot the mythic has 2
eliminations.
shots.
Looking to see
Hold on, what do we got
49
here?
for Curve and Veno.
Dude,
And considering
Clix
the game- or the day
and
that they had
Higgs in
yesterday,
9th.
the day that they're having
No.
today, I wonder if they're gonna end
No.
up with more elims than them.
Gotta say, Zeke, what a weird lobby that was too, with like the high ground. Like at one point there was like nobody up there, and all of a sudden, you know, Peterbot and Player kind of.
Come
going
on,
for it.
Clix
And then when
Higgs,
Curve
back-to-back
and Veno went
wins
for
right
it,
here.
There was nobody.
Back-to-back wins
Peterbot
right
had
here.
to
They climb up.
Fall down and did that huge overdrive grenade again, right where they're all the way up in the sky. And I was looking up and I was like, oh my gosh, look, is that a bird? It's a plane. No, it's the plane that brought Veno over from EU to NA all the way up there, man. That's how high they're getting for some of these height retakes. I mean, it's incredible. Game 7, game 8, and went the exact same way. They took height at the exact same time. And like I mentioned, man, game 7, they look like a different duo. Game 8, they repeated it. 4 more games. These guys look like they're going to win this thing.
Oh man, guys, we can't forget, right? Cold and Rapid, look at them up there right now. Of course, not a ton of points ahead, but what strikes me as crazy is Cold and Rapid, this last game, they hit a 10th place with 4 elims. They have only had 1 game outside of the top 10. Only 1 game, and that was that 26-1 that we called a quote-unquote mistake, right? The blunder that kind of cost them all of these additional points. But even in these situations where they're finding themselves in shambles situations, we're still pulling off 10th places, a top 10.
So I think I'll be a Fortnite pro in the future
That's
or
scary
be
stuff,
full-time content creator.
Yeah, and that is exactly
Okay,
what
I'm about to turn 30. I'm not going to be a Fortnite pro in the future.
Like, even if they don't get their pop-off game,
But will I
they're still
compete
making
in
sure that they at least
tournaments?
make it to the very
Yes.
final moment to get those placement points.
Josh
Even
in
when they
47
do
months.
everything
Thank you.
right,
That's
when they
Avenger
pull
with the
a
Prime
pop-off
sub.
game.
Thank you.
So I'd love to see another game like that.
Matty
from
H with the
them.
Prime. Thank you. Fizzy with the 3
Rapid,
months.
They keep trying to build some sort of a lead. But
The
it
Rinks
seems
with the
they just
81
keep
months,
keeping
thank you.
themselves close. They're like, what the heck? Where did Curve and Veno come from? I thought we were fine. Red Acorn and Bolts are doing a little bit worse today. Oh man, these guys got to be sweating, but they're cool, calm, collected. 4 games left to go. Hopefully they can hold on.
Oh man, game number 9. Only 4 left before we conclude the grand finals. Casters, we're gonna send it your way to prepare us for game number 9.
I'm glad you guys had a little moment to breathe and relax.
9, 10,
there.
11,
One thing's
12.
for
That's
certain,
4
you know,
more
2
games.
games can change
4
so
more
much
games is
of the
plenty of time.
dynamic right now. Curve
Plenty
and
of
Veno
time,
proving
plenty of
that
opportunity.
Every team that is due for a pop-off will have it, but to go back-to-back like that, so impressive.
Cypher, read the TikTok chat. I am reading it. People
The
just
one
posting
thing that
dumb
I've learned
questions.
from
Like, do I
Fortnite,
stream on
heard from
calculator?
Fortnite
Like, what do you want me to
over
do?
High ground, they might win games, but low ground tends to
Grow
win
up.
championships, and I'm not sure. We've seen Cold and Rapid on high ground once throughout this
Wait,
week.
thanks
I'm
so much for the
not sure
gift.
how much that would change, but the next game is ready, so let's jump right into the action.
The Major 1 Finals Game 9 begins here and now. If you're just tuning in, you've missed quite the weekend. The ups,
PK, if
the
you
downs,
acknowledge
the
me, I'll
emotional
ask out my
roller
crush.
coaster we have been going
Sickos,
through
good
is
luck.
all coming
Go
to
get your heart
an
broken.
end here soon. Just 4 games ahead of us now, Jacob, as we're getting into the deep end, the deep water of this Fortnite competition. And Curve and Veno just proven to us that, hey, yesterday, they clearly had everything on lock. Things just didn't quite line up for them in the end game. But today, it is starting to click. And for Tyler and Chance, right, this is a team that's had a lot to deal with as well.
Banana Daddy with the
Tyler's
Galaxy.
top,
Let's go.
really getting his money's worth. And don't forget,
Let's get it.
they haven't been perfect either, but they found themselves inside the top 10 off of that monstrous performance.
Big moments here, kind of closing out the day. 4 games left.
Guys, Clix is in 9th place
Isn't threats and fear
going into
probably
this
feeling
game.
it. In that last game, also, they were inside of that top 13 bubble. They went
Banana
down
Daddy with the pot of
relatively
gold.
early and fell all the way down.
Thank you.
15th.
Shay with the
Really
hearts and the
awesome
gifts. Yo,
uncontested
TikTok is
fights.
showing so much love.
With
Thank
Banks
you.
and Mako, you can see they're trying to make a last-ditch effort towards the top of the leaderboard.
Appreciate you, Shay.
For threats and veers, they're right there. So we talk about mind games. What does that do to a team like threats? And
Here's
Veers?
one thing.
Play
I know
aggressive,
if
you
Clix
try to
doesn't
go
win
ahead
this
and disengage,
FNCS,
split the drop. I think there's a lot of
he's gonna regret
games,
not
threats and
streaming
veers,
it.
Not a lot of time to make those decisions.
Because how much money do you get from
5 minutes means
winning this
they're now in
FNCS first
41st
place?
They were on track to remain in qualification range, of course, for that land spot, the prestigious land spots that are
75K split or 150K
now they
each?
slipped down to 15.
Or
So that
75K
20-point
each.
gap that you talked about, I mean, that was given and then some. Now it's an uphill battle for them to find their way back into the race.
75K each?
Or your Peterbot on the other side. You know, we're trying to figure out what's going on with this team here. They've had
100K
overall,
each?
You just look at the overall.
I think EU was
performances.
200K, right?
Really good. However, the best.
I'm
of the
seeing
best,
so many
right,
different
those that are
answers.
up at the very top are just outpacing them by a significant margin as far as overall consistency.
Yo, Sky
So,
with
will
the
Peterbot and
back-to-back
Oyo get their
hat and
moment
mustache.
to finally win a
Trapsy
game
with the gifts.
is the question.
Spray with the gifts. Thank you.
Yeah, especially, you know, you kind of look at some of these teams at the top of the leaderboard and their overall match history, and you kind of look at it from
50K
anybody else,
each
you're
for
like,
North
man, that's a
America.
good match.
EU
But
was
for teams like Peterbot,
60K
Oyo,
each.
Teams like this, Clix and Higgs, when you start off the first 3 games for Clix and Higgs with victory royales,
Honestly, Clix would probably make 50 grand streaming the FNCS
with one of the best POIs. They got 4
with, like,
games
high
left,
ad-
anything is possible.
ads per hour.
Especially since the last couple games to start the day, they have their head on straight. They're still
So him,
staying
if he
put,
does,
man,
he's
going
not,
for
if he's
high ground
the
when
fact that
they
he's
can.
not
It's just
streaming,
a
if he doesn't
more
win,
and more teams are ready to
I know
make
he's. This might be the last time he doesn't stream in
For me, I
FNCS.
still can't be the only one who's wondering why in the world did they end up at the Dark Dominion against Golden Rapid, who are clearly playing that's cut above the rest of the competition right now. So
Yeah, I wonder how they ended up at
this
Dark
is obviously
Dominion.
one of the stronger draw spot teams tend to rotate into.
He doesn't care about the
Metal.
money. He wants to win.
Let's give this little.
That's why he's not
highlight
streaming.
here.
Obviously, he doesn't care about the money. He wants to win.
Boise
But
and
still,
Nino just holding down the sanctuary once again, finding nice little lurk play there. Meanwhile, Tyler and Chance survived the Boulevard. Looks like Curve and Veno have not decided to push down south towards his team, and instead they end up disengaging and out towards the southern edge of the map.
Yo, Carl, thanks with the roses.
Doing that last game, they landed the
how did I get into
south
making
side of
content? What
Battlewood.
started it all?
Sometimes it can be a little
In middle
contested,
school,
so
I
they
learned to
needed
edit
towards the
videos
south
for a
and
school
try to cut off
project,
the
and then I
route.
started
Any
making
of these
not
teams
Fortnite videos, RuneScape
that are on
videos.
this portion of the map, gonna be plenty of opportunity.
That got me
depending on
into
what
making
the timing
content.
Is, but it seems like Tyler and Chance barely missed their window. Players gonna go ahead and rotate around for free. Aviv and King, though, another team. Aviv, we're talking about solo clutch and big impact points. Aviv was one of those players on the top of the leaderboard, and then you take into a fact like the eval finals right before FNCS started. They were the only team to win 2 different games, so they have the blueprint. Just unfortunately, we really haven't seen the success that we'd hope for from a team like this. Kind of seeing if they can really bounce back in today's tournament. I think there's plenty of time and opportunity. They're at 174 points, though. About 80 points down away from that top 13 window.
Yeah, it looks like every other game they're making somewhat of a semblance towards the end game, but not quite being able to push the boulder past peak of the mountain there, get that momentum going. But then on Curve, actually find Magma G-Monster right here, try to set up. And I don't thought he was spotted out, but Magma's got no idea that he's actually approaching this close here.
Oh my god.
I want to know if he's going to go for the high ground player or the low ground ones. G-Monster
They're gonna chop him.
as well.
I think they might just go for a straight chop, but Magma's dropping down low, so he's
Oh,
probably gonna
no.
wait for the window to open. He go ahead and disengage out.
Oh.
G-Money gets spotted out on the other side. Don't take your pick at this
Oh,
point.
oh, what a play from Vito. What a play. That was so smart, man. He's so good. Fuck.
G-Money, a quick 2 eliminations.
Wow.
Venom and Curve, they're not slowing down.
And I've worked
Wow,
with him enough times to know
dude.
exactly what his thought process there, right? Put the pressure down on the other opponent. The
Is
other one's
Veno gonna come and win on NA?
He plays the switch reverse card, lands on him, boxes him up before he even recognizes he's actually the one.
Yo,
that's the
Trapsy with the super
target.
GG. Thank you.
Veno is just playing.
Look at this wall take.
different
Oh.
right now. And again, this is no different than what we saw yesterday. They have been overly successful in the early game. And now that they're finding the end game kind of formula, right? The solution to their
Crazy.
problems, that's why
Why am I
they're able to
yawning?
close this gap so fast.
Wake up, chat. Yo, Banana Daddy with the back-to-back Galaxy. Thank you, Banana Daddy. Appreciate you.
So you maybe have to catch him on a rotation, maybe get him lobby focused. But Bolts and Acorn talked about their
Back-to-back
strategy, maybe broke down that
Galaxies.
long launch pad towards the back. They combine both the Fizz and the Shockwave for easy rotations just like this. We jump on board Creon Dragon, third party to fight to start the game yesterday.
I'm looking leaner than usual. I am
We're talking
losing
about
weight
Brentson
right
here,
now. I'm
falling
losing weight on
outside the level.
purpose.
Reek and Cooper are surely close to
Getting
that
ripped
same
for the summer.
situation. Not sure how Cooper went down in that last game, but we saw Reek by himself in some of those later zones, struggling to get out alive. So this is going to be a little bit of a makeup game, a little bit of redemption to kind of build that confidence back up.
We got tagged back in exchange there a few times, so just giving away some of that damage that they're, of course, hard earning. But Cooper was lost, like we mentioned, really early last round, right? So there is some more work to be desired here. Blake and Preston, though, already at 2 elims. And look at this. It's just trying to sneak up, find another player here, lurking in the box.
If you need help, blink twice. What do you mean? I don't need help.
Up here. Visuals Braids finds himself under some.
Am I gonna be streaming still in like 10 years? 10 years?
And I was gonna mention, normally by now.
10 years, I'm gonna be
monster
39,
service.
about to turn 40.
Haven't quite gotten to do that just yet.
I think I'll be a
Scrap
dad
metal, though.
with
Meanwhile,
like
back on
a
the
couple
Clix
kids.
here. What's happening now?
I'm not sure if they heard.
Don't
the
know if I'll be
noise
streaming
from
like
Blake
that.
and Preston, maybe a reboot, not sure, but they see Preston by himself. I'm looking at the mini map. I don't see Blake anywhere in sight. Gotta imagine he's either gone or outside of the lobby. So Preston on the clock, inside of the zone. It's only gonna be a 1 tick here, but they are tracing him down. He gets the patch up, which is huge. Back-to-back 50 HP being regenerated. No time to pop the shield though, so he's buying himself a good amount of time. And the longer they stay in the zone, if Aegis and Ritual don't heal up, they could be 1 shot away, but they sneak the shot through.
How many kids do I want? Like 4 kids.
Advantage work in their favor. Aegis and Ritual solidify their second.
Yo,
elimination
Chase with the
here.
gifts.
Not only
Shay
first
with the
watch, how
gifts.
much
Thank
damage
you.
they took overall, chasing
Thank
down
you,
the
thank you,
gap.
thank you.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the cleanest fight. SU Dozer against Acorn and Bolts right now on the edge of Storm here. Dozer SU looking to rotate out right now. Little do they know, though. Seems like there might be a duo here watching this little angle. It's actually Ravens and CDZ who have a bit of a choke point here down in the low ground. But Acorn and Bolts hold strong. They want to maintain position here in the bush. CDZ had no idea they were there. So there it is. They get a couple attacks. Off they go.
Good rotation here. for
Cypher,
Acorn.
we're getting old,
Much
twin.
ahead of the curve, but one thing I noticed
I don't
kind of
feel
looking at the leaderboard,
old.
you got
I
Coleman
feel
Rapid
young. I
first,
feel
Venom and Curve in
like I'm
second place.
glowing.
Which you're thinking both big teams, right?
I feel in
Remember
shape.
The reason why Venno came from EU to play on NA in the first place, it was to play with Cold. They had a bunch of lackluster performances, which caused them to.
I'm trying to lose
slip
weight.
different
I'm currently
ways.
190
At one point,
pounds
you
at
saw
6
Peter
feet,
Bot
but I don't have
split
time to be
up.
making
Venno was
food.
gonna play with Peter, but then he went with Curve.
Mm.
Cold was like, I'm going with Rapid. They already
There's fast
qualified
protein
for
things
the
you can make,
Reloaded
like
Elite Series
protein
Finals,
pancakes
so they
takes
already
like
had
5
that
minutes to
chemistry. I think
prep
the community saw that
and
one coming
make.
from a mile away. So it's interesting to see 2 teammates who broke up now.
Watch my video about how I lost weight.
That's right. And Minish has that land experience.
My
as
first
well,
one.
Right? So bringing something totally new to this team here. And if they continue
What's my
to
gym
continue
split?
to,
I
what
do
they're
chest,
doing
triceps
stay on track
on
for
one day,
win,
and then
that's
back
gonna pay
biceps
off
second day,
for
and then
sure.
legs on the third day, and then shoulders and arms on the fourth day. I rest as needed, and I do cardio like three to four times a
From
week.
Bucky and Zen underneath the bases of Noisy and Neo.
I like it to not take too much damage.
I'm currently not on creatine, but I literally
Kinda makes it a
just
little bit easier to rotate
started taking
without
creatine again
shockwaving
today.
a
I
high
just
distance away to take damage.
was lazy about taking it.
But they're not going to get
For the past couple weeks as I was traveling and stuff. And it's kind of annoying to take creatine with you when you're traveling.
Shots to connect.
And I don't know how good like creatine gummies or like the capsules are, you know, like the hell just happened. We'll refresh.
See the zone not too far away from Dark Dominion at the current time. Cold and Rapid position up above. And honestly, there's no real reason for Cold and Rapid to stray away from their strategy. You know,
Yo, real facts, Fortnite with the €5. Cypher, I have a kid on the way. Need advice. Well, how can I give you advice? I don't have any
Honestly,
kids.
it'd be crazy to switch things up for no reason.
Good luck.
I'm starting to think, you know, should we be upset if Veno flies in from EU and then wins an FNCS here in NA? You know, now we got to start like asking these types of questions here. I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, HCX. That's what I heard. I feel like these creatine gummies aren't real. Like they're not properly sourced. They're not properly dosed.
About the comparison for EU to NA, and he's just right there. Honestly, less than 20 points away at this current time. Closing the gap.
Yo, Empress, thank you so much for the gifts. I see you. Thank you.
Reeton Cooper on the distance.
Ryanator with the 58 months. Christopher with the tier 1.
You see them kind of waiting, biding their time, and this is where a lot of teams, you know, if you look at the strategy from Clix and Higgs, and you were asking the question, how did Higgs go down? You can almost imagine a situation like this, coming in, using the wonky wheel, and a lot of these teams, just like, you know, Reeton Cooper, Cold and Rapid, are positioned high up in their surge tower bases, so you're not going to be out of render distance as you would think.
Yeah,
Clix died?
Eyes on the boxes, right? Like, really
Ree is floating in the air. How's he doing that?
Positioned up in these bases.
Control the player.
To wait things out and try to look for opportunity for those that are gonna rotate, pass. Again, this is game number 9, 12, 2-day format here, always keeping us.
Did Clix full die?
As things are starting to heat up, the 50-50 zone's gonna pop, and it's coming up.
I don't think he
way.
did.
You know, and this is kind of risky, right? But, you know, Jacob, we
There's no way he. Oof.
Kind of play deep into the storm right here, and then the zone pulls your way, and you just stay here, right? And you kind of tank all of this storm. Now, what you're doing is you're opening yourself up to potential sickness, but also, obviously, it's going to cost you a lot of heals.
Yeah, a lot of their resources. That's kind of the give and take of a game like this. You know, we talk about a similar scenario when somebody's getting struck down by Storm Surge.
Cypher, is it expensive to live in an apartment?
Get eliminations.
But it depends on where you live and what apartment. I mean, I have an expensive apartment because it's a penthouse.
Maybe some pizzas to try to maintain
But
their position, not only on high ground, but on the north side of the map where it's going to open up. It's going to be a
did you die to a player named BHKXD yesterday in the cup? No, because I was on an airplane yesterday. I did not play Fortnite.
They're level with the ground, so they're not going to get as much information from all the teams rotating in.
Confused for a second. It looked like someone literally fell out the sky. I'm like, do we have an in-game event happening right now? What was that? Sphinx and Muzz just kind of hanging out right now. I like the spot that they're in, you know, 150 above. Not too bad. Not exactly safe. However, it can go either way. See Curve, Veno.
Dude, I'm not seeing Clix.
Found themselves pretty content, right? They find their elimination. They get the big cleanup here, and they haven't quite left. They just took the surge base and have turned it into their own strategy.
Seems like neither Clix or Peterbot are in the runnings to win this.
Here it goes. Going at the team, but ooh, someone's waiting for them to make that move. A little bit of damage onto Curve, but Veno goes untouched.
Yeah, those are the risks versus the reward that I kind of look at in situations where you're shockwaving off of height. You have a good bird's eye view when you're able to kind of be up here, Monster, but once you shockwave down, you kind of leave yourself open to taking the shots, just like you saw.
This is the grand finals for FNCS North America.
Proactive in the early game. They're able to pad that cushion when it comes to Storm Surge, so they can take minimal damage just like that. I see Clix and Higgs still rotating in from Wonky Land. A little bit of slower rotation than others. They're taking a lot of the focus, and this is what happens when you fall behind.
Am I gonna try to qualify next year? I mean, I'm gonna play more tournament stuff, but I don't know about trying to qualify for FNCS. What would be fun is to go to like West Coast and play like FNCS on the West Coast and try to like qualify on West.
10 wagers here, tries to go up and over. They get caught in
It's
the
a less
process,
competitive
also find
region,
themselves
so
below the surge.
if it's
There's all types of
possible,
problems here to deal with. Meanwhile,
qualify, it would
once
be
they
on a
score,
region
they
like that.
They get the refresh that they need. They might even build into the zone here with a monstrous metal base if they wanted to. I was gonna say they obviously have enough mass to do so. Let's take a look at it. It's Venno who connects there, Jacob.
Wow.
Just big damage. Not sure what Slepsy was thinking.
Higgs and Clix are alive. Thank God. Thank God. I see them. I see them.
Anybody with a surprise attack tries to get the one pump, but I did see, you know, the teammate just kind of go down right behind Paper, who was looking
Less competitive. Yeah, West Coast is less competitive. There's less players, so as a result, there's less top tier players. Easier to qualify, easier to make it through heats.
Staying on these mid layers. They don't want to have a target on their back going for high ground, especially.
Why not Oceania? I mean, going all the way to Oceania would be crazy. I don't want to do that. I could go to LA for like a month or so and play FNCS there with like a West Coast pro who wants to try to like carry me.
Final moments of game number 9.
Oh, they're under surge.
Surge is here. And Clix and Higgs are 150 below right now. Still plenty of room.
Get in there, bro.
Damage to be had here, so they have to play.
Oh my God, yes, Clix, get in there. Get in there.
Shot Clix into the box. Wow.
Oh no, how is he still below? Bro, he just killed a duo and he's still below.
Close competition there in Clix and Higgs.
Oh my
God.
The
runway is starting to open up now. Meanwhile, Curve and Venno.
Favorite Red Bull flavor? I like the watermelon sugar-free.
And max material once again. This just doesn't get better for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these were all of their bases or not, but essentially shockwaving from base to base to base in the last couple of zones to make sure they maintain their presence up above.
He killed 2 people, but like he took damage too. Like the surge works both ways. Like if you take damage, it takes away from your surge damage.
One below the damage threshold. They quickly prop themselves back up, 89 above. Boyo looking towards the backside of zone, trying to get some easy damage. Peterbot on the hunt for some of his own. Almost bites off more than he could chew in that moment. But either way, Poyo was able to clean up at least one elimination and continue to build up on that storm surge. Only 3 players need to go down before.
It might be cooked. It might be cooked, chat.
So do Cold and Rapid. There goes another one for Cold, adding to his total.
It's crazy, man. The amount of eliminations they managed to find in the end game is so impressive. And they're in the lead, mind you, right? So this is really going to give them that room to run away with it. And you start looking at players like Rapid, you start looking at players like Curve. Having an FNCS championship under your belt is one thing, but
how do you qualify for LAN? What place do you have to get to qualify for LAN?
So for some, they're looking to unify the belts. For others, they're trying to put the stamp on their name. And for folks
top
like
12.
Curve, talk about really showcasing
top 13
greats now of the new era.
All right, let's not be ridiculous. I think Clix,
Rapid and Cold continue to play the strat, going for low ground front side here. Now,
I think Clix and Higgs will be qualified for LAN. Let's not be ridiculous. They'll get one end game high ground hold here.
They're on 8 eliminations already, continuing the pressure on the lobby. Absolute destruction here on NA, and really have to take note. If Venno finds himself in first place when the tournament is over, he will be a new 2-region champion. EU and NA Central, arguably 2 of the hardest regions to win a championship on, but he still got a quarter of the tournament left to play. Tyler, forced by himself, loses chance. Backside of the zone, he's getting pressured by Jack, NPen, and a few other teams. Everybody forced to rotate in, finds a Fizz, trying to take advantage of that, but he runs into Peterbot and Poyo on the other side of the wall. Luckily for him, it looks like Peterbot.
Is there still more to qualify? I thought this is the finale.
But as we tune back into Cold, he's by
this is the grand finals, but there is a LAN tournament happening as well. That this grand finals, people will qualify for that LAN. Dude, Curve on high ground, you know, dead.
Venno lost in the process. Curve forced to play high ground by himself.
Oh, the freaking wipe. Poyo with the double kill.
And then we jump right into Poyo, who also has a refresh of their own, and everyone is clawing back.
Bro, if they knew it was a solo on high ground, they would go for him.
We got Curve by himself. We got Aegis Ritual, Acorn and Bolt, even Peterbot and Poyo.
Poyo and Peterbot, they're gonna win.
Big Elim up towards the top.
What a play.
Towards height. give themselves a huge advantage, and another 4 points for those.
They made the read.
Even more
They realized it was a solo, they went up.
But down below, the counterpart, Agers and Ritual still running wild. 5 eliminations of their own. They have pizza, they have splashes, they have materials on top. So they don't even necessarily need an elimination.
You line it up, they will knock it down. Bolts and Acorn here, 4 eliminations now on the low ground. Peterbot and Pollo, we already know, have solidified their high ground position. Bolts just continuing to do what he does best. That's a monstrous refresh, and he picks up everything here. Gets the Chug Jug as well. He's just living off
Acorn goes down though.
the Siphon, but no, Acorn gets caught there by Javi and a minute. Tyler still holding on here as well. Somehow.
Dang, that cone just ruined his day. Bro, look at this high ground hold. They're not getting chopped.
Showing us how badly he wants it. Bolts here on the low ground though. Javi and a minute here, full duo. Versus, of course, Peterbot Pollo, pressure from the top. It's not looking too good here.
Yeah, Bolt's just getting pressure from all angles. Both of the duos sandwich him, eat him alive, but there comes the drop down coming in.
There's no way Peterbot and Pollo lose this.
Over recycled builds, they can maintain their presence, but a blessing for them is the same blessing from down below. Javi and a minute are able.
Wait, they both have shockwaves though, and they're healthy.
And rightfully so. Look at their material count monster. They were almost out of mats altogether.
Yeah, Peterbot knows what to do here. He's just got to keep that relentless pressure coming down.
Oh, Peter!
But Javi comes up, finds a little cheeky angle from the side there, but he's got no.
A Minish goes down.
So punished too. A Minish's got nothing, but Pollo's coming down to finish the job.
Yeah, it's.
Peterbot's already got the full conclusion there, and now Jacob, it's just looking like a 2v1.
Yeah, basically, Javi's living on borrowed time here. He might know it.
He knows it's over, bro.
Material zone pulling on over. Yes, he can farm up a little bit, but double Thunder Burst up above the mythic AR. They're gonna melt through those builds, and that's why you see layer by layer, Peterbot and Pollo dropping down. They just don't want to take any big risk here because they know this one is definitely in the bag. 9 eliminations so far, and if they're able to clean this one up, get that elimination onto Javi, this could be a double-digit elimination.
10 kill win for Pollo and Peter. Oh, dude, are they gonna freaking just clutch up at the end and just take it all?
Sam, we're looking at their performances. We're seeing them make these end games, but the biggest question that was remaining was, when are they gonna get that victory out? And you know what? They couldn't have done it in a better time and at a better game, right? When you have Cold and Rapid there, Jacob falling early too. That right there is gonna conclude game number 9 now. Peterbot and Pollo Zeke have finally done it.
It's happening! It's happening! Peterbot Pollo! Okay, everything. Nope, Kelly, it's happening. We knew it was gonna happen. We didn't know when. We didn't know why or how, but it's happening right now.
Dude.
3 games.
Peterbot and Pollo, man, what the hell?
9. They finally decide. You know what?
I think they might be in first after that. Well,
we've been under the radar.
maybe not in first, maybe top 2.
On the DL.
They were in 5th going into that game.
We're gonna perfectly overdrive all the way up in the height. We're gonna shut that down, take that over, and you know what, Zeke? We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a victory royale.
Double-digit kills.
It's happening. It's happening.
You know, they say that there's 2 inevitabilities in life: death and in the final.
What did she say that they had to mute?
Peterbot and Pollo, we've seen them do it time and time again. The narrative has popped up time and time again. They're washed. It's over. Peterbot's done. And then they wrap up day 1, always still in the top 10, by the way. But day 2 is where they come.
They're washed.
How they do it time and time again. Peterbot doing this crazy height steal to go onto Curve, who was a solo. Poor guy had no chance when you have Peterbot and Pollo flying up in the sky.
I mean, you know, there's kind of the conversation amongst us saying, yeah, you know, they've been pretty quiet this grand, and they really haven't. I mean, their best placement was a 5th place. We're used to seeing these guys just win games, take high ground convincingly, and just has not happened. But that being said, they kept themselves in contention, right? Even though they weren't having these pop-up games, even though they weren't having those performances that we're used to seeing out of them, they were still in like 6th place going into that game, right? Just close enough to 1st place where it's like, okay, technically it's possible for them to kind of catch back up. You know, they're just always flying around, always buzzing around. And then it happens. They win the game. It's like we literally brought it to fruition by speaking it into existence. These guys are back. They win the game, and I saw how many points they have. I can't wait to see the leaderboard after we come back.
Oh, Vivid, you stole what I was going to say. 485 points We knew going into that Cold and Rapid had 446. But where did they end? Have they overtaken that #1 spot? Let's find out after this short break.
No,
Don't you go
show
anywhere.
us.
We'll see you right after this.
Show us the leaderboard right now. I demand it. Peter has 485. They're in first. Peterbot's in first. Hold on. I can just look at the. Peterbot and Pollo in first place. Oh my god. Curve and Venno in second. Cold and Rapid in third. Clix and Higgs in 10th. Dude, it's still like they're not out yet. They're not out yet. There's 3 more games. They want back-to-back already. They have more victory royales than every single team in this tournament. They have more victory royales than every other team in this tournament. They need kills and they need another win. Why does Clix have Germany flag on his name?
I'm popping a med bit. Wait, chill. Got 6 builds? No, max up. Wait, if you have med play.
Oh, Higgs. It's Higgs that he's German. I didn't know that. I didn't know Clix was German.
And I don't know how to feel about it.
You're not used to losing. Getting beaten?
Not like this. These players are just so locked
Dude,
in.
they can do it, man. It's not like they're far off. 2 out of 3 of these games. They need 2 wins with some kills. Freaking Peterbot and Pollo in first place with 3 games left, bro. That's tough, man. That's tough. When Peterbot takes the lead, like when Peterbot and Pollo take the lead, they do a really good job of holding on to the lead. They start targeting teams that are close to them. They start really going crazy.
Welcome back.
Enrique, the $2.
Game number 9. Peterbot Pollo decide, you know what, Zeke? It's time to get active.
Thank
We're
you,
gonna
man.
get ourselves
Sunshine
a
Jenny with 35 months. Muzo with a prime sub.
They end that game with 485 points. Kelly, of course it happens like this. I know I let you write the script for this major. And man, oh man, of course, with 3 games left to go, we get a VR out of Peterbot and Pollo. Now of all times, Kelly, now!
This is when they always do it. They always like to build a little bit of a story because we always go into every major thinking that Peterbot and Pollo are going to run away with it. And that's just boring writing, Zeke. So instead, they make everyone sweat a little bit. They have a little bit of a struggle through day 1. And then it's day 2 in the second half of day 2 where they really start to show everyone why they
Bro,
are.
I feel like I
North
cursed
American
Clix by
Central.
making my
But
tweet
Pollo
yesterday.
now with just a 6-point lead over Curve. and
Mr.
Venno
Zircon with the
quietly
1,000
lead it.
bits.
I'm looking at Cold and
Thank you,
Rapid
man.
dropping
You've been here
down,
for a
but
long
again,
time. I appreciate the
that
long-term
drop is
support.
Not that far.
All of these teams are close enough. I mean, 30 points separates first and 5th place. But I mean, Peterbot and Pollo, it may have taken 9 games for them to finally go ahead and take that.
Don't make this about you. I'm not trying to make it about me. I just feel bad. Ever since I put out that tweet, it's just been like bad luck for Clix and Higgs.
I'm looking at the damage dealt over the course of these 9 games. He's currently at 8,300. In second place right now is actually Azers with 7,300. So Peterbot's 1,000 damage dealt ahead, and that's
I saw that
exactly
Alex
what
won.
we were
He's an
kind of used to
8x
seeing.
champion.
Sure, he's getting beat out right now by the likes of, Agers, Curve, Veno in the elims category, but he's still up there with those guys, top 4 in individual elims. These guys are doing good. All of a sudden, finally they get that win, and now they're at the top.
I just can't believe it. The story is what it's gonna be, and of course, right now is when Peterbot and Pollo decide to pull out a win and take over the #1 spot. But let's start to look at this top 3, right? Curve and Veno. We see them in this last game get a 12th with 8 elims, right? And it's funny because Levin joins our call and he's like, "Oh man, that's crazy. That Veno guy. Where's that Veno guy from? He's from NA, right?" We're just like, "Okay, buddy. Okay, Levy Poo." Man, these guys are going crazy. 57 eliminations, Kelly. You called out a number not that long ago over on EU what their record was. We're right there. We're right there with 3 late games left to go.
That is right, and we can imagine that if a little misstep happened over here with Veno, if that misstep did not happen, that they would probably even have more eliminations, if not win that game. But unfortunately, Veno did go down to this right here. However, Curve was able to hold the high ground for just a little bit, but once some of the other teams noticed that Curve was a solo on high ground, obviously it was going to be stolen. But regardless, still having
he did some decent damage on Pollo.
Is going to keep them up in our leaderboard. We're gonna ignore that, okay?
Levy Poo is wild, by the way, Zeke. But I mean, yeah, the standings are just going absolutely crazy. It would be a lot different right there if Veno did not get bumped off of the high ground. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. But close on their heels, man. You know, I talked about this 1st through 5th place, only separated right now by 30 points. Cold and Rapid, for the first time, we kind of see them slip out of that top 2 spot. It's been a while since we have not seen them towards the top. Rough little go for them in that game right there, but still, here's the crazy thing.
Captain Sheener with the 32 months. Thank you.
The last 3 games.
Yeah, we need some energy for Clix here.
Even look at Agers and
We need some energy.
467 right behind Cold Rapid, a single point. Even Acorn and Bolts 455, and Acorn and Bolts get a 3rd place, 5 elims in that game, right? Like, this is absolutely going to come down to the wire right now. There is no clear in a way like, hey, you know, this team is ahead by 100 points and they're just flying. It's like every team right now on NA in this top 10 is shining, right? For different reasons and at different times. So I'm almost wondering, like, now that all of these trios or duos, excuse me, the top 5 are firing on all cylinders, where do we go from here, Kelly? Where do we go with 3 games left?
I mean, for Acorn and Bolts, I think that today, for the start of day 2, it was a little bit rough. We saw them only place out of 11th yesterday, and then today starting it off, getting a 12th and then a 32nd place. And we actually saw them for the first time getting storm damage, which they didn't take out all for day 1. So obviously having these tiny changes that we've already seen them make and now seeing them back in the leaderboard, Vivid, that's what I want to see out of Acorn and Bolts.
Yeah, we'd love to see them kind of make some sort of resurgence, but no time to talk. I'm excited. I want to get back into the games.
Oh man,
get back in.
NDF, we got a competition on our hands, boys. Take it away, bring the hype.
We definitely do, and I mean, we have the best jobs in the world. We get to sit here and watch this go down in real time. Y'all see it in about 3-minute delay, Jacob, but my gosh, it is so good right now.
No, it's definitely been exciting for sure. Our last 3 FNCS majors before this were decided by 4 or less eliminations. Yeah, the point is a little bit more spread than that, but the way this one is edging out to be, we got another photo finish on our hands. I'm strapped up, ready to go. I'm literally at the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah, that's right. You know, my attention is really starting to shift towards that top 6. We are looking at a 50-point difference between 6th and 1st place. Hobby in a minute.
That's nothing.
One of the most underrated teams now are somehow finding themselves in the conversation.
50-point difference is nothing.
For a championship run, and no one is playing perfect so far. But I hear the battle bus, so let's see it one more time.
3 games left, Monster. Just 3 games remaining in this tournament. And already for the last 3 games that we've seen that leaderboard shuffle up so much, from Cold and Rapid being in first, Curve and Veno having a chance, to now Peterbot and Pollo being on top. And even that race at the bottom for the bubble, the top 13, 2 points separates going to Dusseldorf and having to go and try one more time.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. Teams like Clix and Higgs now are suddenly finding themselves in a whole different type of scenario, right? Where they have to fight for being in the top 13 at this point, trying to get the championship win is starting to be pushed out of the question.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Switching up their strategy a bit.
Clix and Higgs, 10 kill win right here.
Trying to see
8 kill win after.
Something here to be, of course, earned, but look at this.
6 kill, third place for the final game.
Was Curve contested, or did he get those out of the sky?
And they
This
win
is my biggest question.
The whole tourney.
Yeah, either way, it's just a testament of like whether it's the beginning, middle, or end of these games. I don't know what they ate for breakfast, but I need to order me 2 of those because they are just firing on all cylinders. QK, Contrap, they had such a great moment to end the day yesterday. Most of us didn't even know where he came from. That first place, 8 eliminations, that bursted them inside of the bubble. Today, however, hasn't necessarily been going their way, but they are still so close to
Do I drink sugar-free Red Bulls? Yes.
Close out strong.
You know, what I'm thinking about is Veno and Curve. Veno's probably telling Curve, like, bro, be on the lookout. Do not be surprised if Peterbot pull your land this, you know? Because their drop is technically big enough. And if you know Veno, he's got that main character energy, right? So does Peterbot. Like, Peterbot, the way he treats Clix in a finals or any other rivalry that's neck to neck, he will definitely land on someone like Veno as well, just because the storyline will be so exciting to watch. And they're all
Bro, these guys are all part of PSR. They're fighting each other.
Neko just trying to go ahead and get out of a bad spot. Both of them kind of separated. Like Flex got a good opportunity here. Took too long to go ahead and execute on that chance, so they're going to be forced to disengage as Neko reunites along with 20, trying to push them back further and further. And that's the thing about these split drops, to where if you don't go ahead and get those eliminations on the contested drop, it makes finding that loot that much harder. Mako blanks going ahead and pressing on to Muss outside of the Riptides. They have a good 2v1 opportunity here, but they're continuously trading shots. Muss not going down without a fight. Another chance there as he lands another big tag.
Dang.
26 HP, even the knock.
Dang. That Muss guy just turned it around. Oh, but threats.
The party does not stop here. Threats and Veer, who are once inside of the bubble, fell out, are ready to make up for those mistakes early on. They have the fizz, they have the shock.
Look at that movement. Oh my God.
Exactly
Tony Parker.
Heard the noise onto Mako, so they're just going to drop down and try to clean up this even.
Yeah, doing a great job chasing them down right now. Veer's got
The Tony Parker, I meant Tony Hawk. Bro, just hit a fucking move in the skate park.
Unfortunately, they don't quite find it, but this is still great damage, and they want these points right there. Again,
Is Clix alive? Bro, the game just started. He's alive. Relax.
Within around that 15th place range after slipping out, so Veer and Threat still have some big games to be out here.
Just getting more and more.
Who's Tony Parker? Bro, what do you mean who's Tony Parker?
Got Nick and Skinny Cat moving on over.
That's a Spurs legend right there.
Positioning, chasing for that Elim. Then you have Muss and Liquid on the other side of Riptide. So even though they were able to get the one.
How do you read all the chats? I don't. I ignore all my chats.
All too much. Higgs and Clix, they get the
Besides this comment from HDHD, he says you're so handsome. Thank you.
Better chance at those rare chests, more gold.
Someone's eyes are working today.
POI, they almost get mats at that mini game. They have the wonky wheel, so they have everything they need in terms of finding success. And early on,
nobody said that. It's in the chat. What do you mean? It's in the TikTok chat. I swear someone said that.
Last time we saw them pull a zone like this, though, Jacob, they did win the game, right? If it came this way. Clix and Higgs.
Yo, Tyler dropped $2.
On some connects here.
Who's winning right now? Peterbot is in first place right now, as of last game. D-Goon with the Prime sub. Welcome. Captain Sheener, 32 months. Blame me later with a tier 1 sub.
I can agree.
Thank you very much for all the support today.
They don't even go underneath Dark
Appreciate y'all.
Unless they have to. Cold just kind of builds up towards the top. Not only does he have to aim with those shotguns, he's going to be the primary source of finding their surge. Rapid, the big brain, the IGL of this team so far has been rotating them very well in the good portion of the games, but the last 2, I think those will be the ones that hurt the most. 10 place, 4 eliminations, 17 place with 1 eliminations, kind of giving up that top spot on the leaderboard.
Agers and Rituals on the other side here. Bit of a quiet rotate for them right now, but close to this Dark Dominion, so I am...
Yo, Tyler Wood became a member, as well as donated $2. Thank you, Tyler. Welcome.
We've almost
Thank you for
seemed
the
to
game
position
controller.
ourselves around
I
some
don't
of
know
that.
your name on TikTok. It's just a bunch of dashes, but thank you.
Up on the standings, Acorn and Bolts on the other side. Bolts is very situated right now.
Extremely situated.
Yeah, I think he looks down towards Wonky Land, but you can kind of see that big base over towards the Ferris wheel. It's fully blocked off for that direction, so no easy peeks for him there. Has to look elsewhere. Over towards Latte Landing, though, where Power and Penta make themselves known. At the Reek and Cooper drop spot, back on over towards that launch pad, typically where the primary source of rotation goes through. Cooper down below, tries to go for a cheeky shot on the Power, but he regrets that one momentarily. Pressure continues to fly his way, but Reek was able to find an opening onto Power, gets the shield gone just like that. But they're just taking so much damage from the Storm itself. Yeah, they have to get in the same box, heal up with those flashes, because they were one shot away from going down.
One healing separates them from the top 13 lane spot right now. They cannot afford to fall here. Reek and Cooper do enough to push this team off, but at what cost? You saw them, again, healing a bunch, so we can't even tell if they're actually out positive after this exchange right here.
Alex is an 8x champion now. I know.
Oh, well, they don't
Congratulations to Power Alex on winning his 8th FNCS. 4 in a row.
They fizz, they close the distance, and now they get the knock. Instead of cleaning up,
We need to see him do well in a LAN tournament, though. We need to see him do well in a global tournament. I think he has what it takes. He just needs to lock in, get over the mental
So yep, he's gonna have to use
part.
the fizz to really make that shockwave worth it. Getting up on top of that mountain, that's gonna give him a huge bird's eye view to try to figure out where Penta actually ran to. Spots the builds in the distance, safe landing into the water. But he is so far away from Cooper now, that gives Penta a 1v1 if he could just figure out it actually is a 1v1.
There's no way. He's off. He's already going right back to the bodies, thinking that they came together. But Cooper's here waiting to catch him.
He saw the medkit outside, did he not?
Now, this is starting to track what seems to be other duos here in the area that are just going to stick into their usual rhythms
Nice.
right now. So we have to be careful, but there it is. Finally, they clean up here at the Latte Landing.
How did Peter and Pollo get first? They got a 10-kill first place win last game.
Cushion that they were looking for here. They're not quite
What's up,
safe
Portia?
again inside the top 13 just yet.
Can you say hi to
But they
Shay
are
and
good
Dom? Shout out to Shay and Dom tuning in from the TikTok stream.
Meanwhile, Visual and Braids. What is this? This is
Why am I not playing in this? I gotta give the youngins a chance, man. You know.
Even got me shaking my head, scratching it.
Can't be
trying to
greedy.
what went right, wrong. Typically, we see a team like this spread out on these mountain ranges that you see there in the minimap, and that's how they get a lot of their surge.
Thank you for the
time around,
gifts.
Maybe trying to wait for
I
somebody
see
to
y'all.
work in late, find something. Hopefully, they make a mistake. Timing. If it doesn't work out, though, might put them behind the rest of the curve as QK and Khan find themselves an elimination over here towards Painted Palms. Instead of going on a wild goose chase, though, they're going to let that solo player run away. Maybe they could turn back and get the elimination later. We know he's going to go for a reboot eventually, but for QK and Khan,
PK, you ever play
that's a good
RuneScape?
start to the game, get that damage early.
Yes, that's why I have
Once you
PK
let
in my
that
name.
surge damage early, it kind of opens up flexibility to be able to focus on the rotation instead of just getting damage.
Yeah, talk about those eliminations too. I'm gonna be keeping close eyes on Visuals and Breeds too, because like you said, that is such a massive risk for them to take here, waiting inside the base, hoping to ambush someone. And then you look at the map, look at how much distance there is between other players. It, again, from here looking at it, might not pay off. We'll just have to see. Peterbot Boya, though, back to the same trusty strategy, keeping this huge surge tower. This just seems to work out a lot better for them, and then pushing teams that they tend to weaken on the way. There's an Adrian's one of the few down here.
Yo, Death with the 70-month free sub. Welcome back for another month. Thank you, man.
Shots coming in from Peterbot's duo up top.
What does PK stand for?
Yeah, they spotted that one out quick. Saw the surge base, saw the window open. Unlike some of the other surge bases where there is no top.
Barrage with the
their
40
base,
rupees.
you
He
can
says
kinda,
Ninja can't look
crouch and
backwards
crouch,
after
peek over, not
7:53
really
p.m.
do
I don't know what that
something
means.
away. But Peterbot built it in a way to where it's impossible to get shockwave
What's up, Ryder?
for free. So usually we always talk about Peterbot and Boyo hunting teams down. I'm getting in the back of my head. Maybe they're prepared if worse comes to worse. That happens to them. They are the team to beat after 8 games so far. I should say 9 games. We're here in game 10. Let's see if that lead goes away.
Porsche with the hearts, the hand hearts. Thank you.
Tumble Hills. Zone moving on over towards Squibbly Shores. We talked about last time Clix and Higgs had a zone move over in this favor. I think everybody here on this side of the map has just been gifted a little bit of opportunity, which includes Muzz and Sphinx, who's currently positioned 8th on the leaderboard.
Done really good today too. 2nd place in that first game, 12th and then a 10th, right? So a lot of in-game.
Yo, Truce with the super GG. Fanta Crush with the cake slice. Thank you.
So on pace right now. Great opportunity here to find some fast from nothing from.
This is live. Yes, this is a live tournament.
Gonna make quick work of this team here and get going themselves.
If you and Peterbot 1v1 100 times, what do you think the outcome would be?
A lot of patience, because there's a lot of moments to where you typically would think, zone, I don't want to take
it depends on how he
advantage, I wanna beat
plays.
other teams there, but sometimes it's just more beneficial.
I do think that if Peterbot wanted to,
Fight for your time. Let the Storm do its
like if
thing.
Peterbot wanted
Force other
to,
players at their hands,
and he
depending on
played
what situation they're in.
like you know, extremely protected and safe and smart, as if like any potential damage I do is he's gonna deny it. I'll be completely honest. I could see Peterbot beating me 100 times. I could see it happening. And maybe I'm cutting myself a little short. Maybe I'm cutting myself a little short.
Pretty good about their overall
But it just depends on how he
As we
plays.
start talking about the way this zone
Depends on the
plays out,
format
it's gonna be
too.
Clix and Higgs, who have this monstrous base set up here.
I know Peterbot beat Ron like 100-0. I'm much better at Fortnite than Ron, especially now. But
as well, so he's gonna have to pick and choose here what they want to take on the road with them.
Like I said, it really just comes down to how he plays the 1v1s. If he tries to be flashy, or if he tries to trade hits with me, I'll definitely take rounds off of him. I'll definitely take rounds off of him. But if he plays like maximum like cheese, like maximum grief, you know, there's definitely a possibility he just goes 100-0.
Into more of the mainland. And this is where you do have a few different mountain ranges that will be in play. So rotations being quick, that is of the essence here. And that's
Just depends on how he plays.
For all those other players that have waited until this zone to try to move their way in, you're seeing Cold and Rapid.
The thing is, like, I'm not bad at playing. I'm like, if anything, like, I'm actually smart enough to know how to play against better players. And I'm really good with my pre-fires and everything. So it's like, if we, but that's another thing. If we have 200 pump shotguns, I'll definitely get a few 1-pumps on him.
Ambush set up there. Multi teams rotating in.
Ronaldo would 100-0 you. He wouldn't though, because I actually 1v1 Ronaldo. I 1v1 Ronaldo when he was still playing a little bit more Fortnite than he does now, and I beat him like 5-2 for a video. But now Ron doesn't even play. Ron plays even less now.
Yeah, it might look good. It might look good now with the damage being above the threshold, but you know as well as I do, the way that some of these games have been going, you'll be above in one zone and then instantly fall below in the next. So we need to get down to a certain minimum of players for each and every one of these zones as the game does progress until it eventually does turn off down to 40 players overall. So they're really playing, tiptoeing with that line when it comes to Surge, Cold, and Rapid. Similar situation.
Lacey, I beat Lacey now.
It's not easy for them to rotate from point A to point B.
I definitely would beat Lacey now.
Damage is going to get taken off of that.
Has Lacey done 100-0 versus Peterbot?
Max material coming out of that.
I don't think he has.
They are in a prime position here. Don't let that material count fool you.
Surprised he hasn't.
Getting late into the end game here. A little bit of storm pool luck here, and you'll be in a great spot to be in. Overall, though, Peterbot and
Lacey would not beat me right now.
They have this
Lacey would not beat me right now.
They've had the zone this entire time. They're finding a tremendous amount of damage from this advantageous spot, and now they get to shockwave out and play into the Dark Dominion. So this is actually Cold and Rapid's draw spot. And again, normally when you get the drop, obviously we've seen those teams.
The thing is, I don't even play 1v1s. That's another thing. If I spent like a couple weeks playing 1v1s every day for like an hour or two, I would get so much like beginner gains in the sense that like my 1v1 skill set would rapidly increase due to the fact that it's not something I practice at all.
It's Magma and G Monster. This is another Benno and Curve elimination onto the same team. They just can't catch a break.
Yeah, and I know the game's still going on, but with those eliminations there, they take first place in the tournament. Placement points.
Yeah, if I grinded ones, played scrims, like, you know, had a coach in tournaments, like it'd be a huge improvement for sure. I know what it takes to get better at anything. Like, I've done it multiple times across different games and even like different aspects of life. Like the skill set of improving, the skill set of getting better at something is once you've acquired that and you've kind of mastered it a bit, you become so unstoppable.
As we were jumping away, I think
anything you put your effort towards, you just start improving at a rapid pace. Like, some people don't know how to get better at things, or they're not good at getting better at things. They don't have the patience, they don't have like the routine, discipline, whatever it is. But once you kind of master self-improvement and mastering a skill, like, it just becomes easier and easier to master more and more skills that help you in life or in your personal ambitions, whether it's like video games or sports or,
barely holding on though, as they found themselves
you know,
only
the
20
gym.
above. I see Clix and Higgs there in the distance too. Meanwhile, Peterbot
Brian Venom, between me and Typical Gamer, I'll be honest, we've never 1v1'd on even ping. I would like to think that I could beat him, but he's also pretty good. He's a high level unk. So you know, I got respect for TG because at his age, he's like 34 years old. He still plays a lot of tournaments and competitive. But I would like to think that I'm like still capable of beating him, just because I feel like I'm faster and more reactive. But I also have it, like, I would say right now, if you just threw me in a 1v1, I'm not feeling that confident. Like right now, just because I've barely been playing Fortnite and I haven't been doing any 1v1s. But I feel like if I 1v1 for like just like a week, like not even a couple weeks, just like a week of doing 1v1s and playing some creative, like,
it seems like
I'll be pretty primed. I feel like I would be able to take him.
Still fully healthy. Clix and Higgs opting to go for high ground here once again. This time as early as the 8th zone.
TG beat Peterbot though.
Pretty close to second height.
You're right, he did beat Peterbot. Oh no, I'm enough goes down. Wait, Clix and Higgs. This is it. This is it. High ground protection. They kill Bucky.
His teammate Higgs here up top. It's Bucky and Zen who are trying to fight for it though.
This is it right here.
This is another reason why I think it's just a little bit too early sometimes.
Pollo goes down. Peterbot's alive by himself.
But it's because of everybody sending it up above. You said it yourself. Pollo down. There's a lot of pressure.
Veno and Curve are contesting.
On the leaderboard. Quickly peeks up. Steals some of that loot away. Curve and Veno are on the other side, literally first in place, staring at
Veno killed Pollo.
I think Peterbot knows that danger's around the corner.
Peterbot kills Zen.
Oh my God.
That's so good. That's so good for Clix and Veno, or Clix and Higgs. Bro, he's gonna kill both of them. My God, he's killing both of them on high ground. Peterbot's taking it by force. Nah. Where's Clix and Higgs? They're about to go for height. They're about to go for height on Peter. Oh, Peter's getting fried. Peter's getting fried. He's dead. He's dead.
Same strategy too.
Yes. Yes. Come on, Clix. Clix and Higgs.
Just got his number this time.
They just gotta worry about Veno and Veno and Curve. This is what they need. 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 Come on. Stay alive. Get your health up. They need to watch for the high ground play. Yep, it's coming right now. Who sent it? Who sent it on them? They're fine. They're fine. A Minish is fighting for height. A Minish and Javi.
Don't forget, Javi and a Minish were in 6th place coming into this. They have a chance to fight for first as well, and they're trying to just show us that they have life in them as they go up. But Clix and Higgs is willing to.
Yes, Clix and Higgs need to hold it down. How many kills do they have? 4? Okay, they have some kills. They have some kills.
And it's cost them so much material. Clix and Higgs.
Aminish and Javi are not giving up for this high ground
At
fight.
this point, if they can't catch this refresh.
Yeah, you see Curve.
They need to keep an eye on them. They need to keep an eye on them. They're about to jump up on them right now.
Moment just like this, everything up above is
Keep an eye on them, bro.
Look at the material count, the lack of resources.
Frick.
They might have what they need to take the high ground. So Clix and Higgs have to give it up. Javi,
Oh, no.
you said it yourself. From top 6 to start this game, this is their chance to increase their position.
Veno.
But Veno's backs up against the wall. 6 builds, tries to find his way to the front side.
Clix is going down.
Using the bare minimum. Curve ends up in a scuffle against Clix.
No,
builds
dude.
left. He's gonna have to reposition. And now Clix
No,
by himself,
bro.
2 HP, a quick peek
The high ground, they had to defend so many high ground takes from these teams. They had Zen and Bucky jump them, and then Javi.
Veno didn't even get to pick up any mats either. So now he's down to 4 builds. But hey,
my
look,
God.
inside the top 10 now, still earning points, but you have Cold and Rapid making up for time lost. But Veno's still going. Down goes Taki too. And now he's at 9 eliminations here, Jacob.
Oh, dude, they have 9 eliminations. Veno and Curve take first place here. Oh, hold on. Cold and Rapid are still alive. But Veno and Curve have 9 kills. Oh, Rapid goes down. I jinxed it. Hola. Hola. Is Veno still alive? Go back to him. He's still alive, bro.
Being added up. Meanwhile, Veno is just soaking up placement points because the lobby's
Oh!
doing the hard work for him. And he goes in the monstrous shot onto Ritual. Oh my gosh. Veno just continues to do it time and time again. And don't count him out just yet. That's
Veno.
another huge shot. The full
He's so good.
Can he get some time to pop it? There it is. Tries to break out through the top. Look at the game sense, the awareness to break out of the dangerous layer. Veno is firing on all cylinders right now.
Veno!
And he is still going.
I can't believe what we're witnessing. Veno is taking over in this end game, but he has to be careful.
Veno! Oh my God. Oh my God, he's literally. What is he standing on? What is he standing on? The side of the wall.
Still doing it. How is he managing to earn these points? He's trying to get it back in blood. He might actually get this elimination here too. Zip the fall down.
Dude, he almost just. Bro, they're in first. They're in first. The wall stand was crazy. The wall stand was crazy. Oh my God.
I'm not even playing in this game, but
Oh my God.
he is taking over. He picks up Curve, and this team is a bulldozer in these NA lobbies. They're single-handedly taking down top team after top team by themselves. But Zypher, Void, they deserve all the praise in the world, Zeke.
Veno and Curve are in the lead. Poyo and Peterbot dropped from first to fourth.
We want to talk about Veno, but we need to highlight
Clix and Higgs hold on to 10th.
Zypher and Void. Oh my gosh, the chaos that was
Oh my
that
God.
game.
Agers Ritual in
Literally,
second,
Veno
Cold
is
Rapid
just
third.
mowing down players left and right, and at the very end, it
Dude,
is
that
a
was
2v1.
crazy, bro. That was
Zypher Void,
crazy.
They take advantage of that, right? They say, hey, look,
That was
if it's
nuts.
just you, even gods can bleed sometimes. We'll walk away with the victory royale, 219 points. These guys are looking to secure themselves a spot going to the summit with only 2 games left to go. This puts them in a really good spot, Kelly.
All right, the real Woolgar. We're just gonna remove it. Just look through your chat
Considering
history.
how
It's all
crazy the low
negative.
ground was to have a full duo in that moment, being able to take on Veno. I mean,
Wow.
6 eliminations definitely going to help them up the leaderboard. But my
Veno
goodness,
went
that looked like it was
crazy.
kinda 1v2 in Veno's favor. But again, shout outs to that duo for getting the 9th or the 10th VR of our.
That one was close. What a nail biter for the duo. Yeah, they were kind of just hanging out, right? We saw how many solos there were in that lobby, and amongst all of the chaos, amongst Veno just mowing down all the lobby, that duo there at the end, they just get to kind of look up and like, wait, where'd everybody else go? Right? We only got one player
Yeah, it's nuts.
to take out for the win. All of a sudden, they go ahead and they clutch it up.
Veno's
They
about to
take
win on
the
NA.
win as well. So it'll be
He's about to
interesting
win
how
on
that one right
NA.
there shakes up the leaderboard.
Oh man, we're gonna go to a break. When we return, we are absolutely taking a look at Curve and Veno. That solo clutch.
Oh my God, Pete is gonna land on Veno. I don't think he will.
We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Don't you go anywhere.
Two teammates have his back. There's Nash. Gets the drop on the Marion. Stays alive. They're targeting out Vanya. 3v1.
I got hit. I'm popping in medbit. Wait, short. I got 6 builds. No, max up. Wait, if you are mid, wait. 100. 100. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And I don't know how to feel about it.
You're not used to losing. Getting beaten?
Not like this. These players are just so locked in.
Could it be the milk?
Bro, this ad sucks.
Stay there.
Fortnite fan, we're
Am I doing any meet and greets? I mean, I will probably be at TwitchCon San Diego
Game number 10
this year.
with one of the greatest solo clutches we have ever seen. Guys, look at this leaderboard. Peterbot and Pollo just got a VR last game, right? We thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Peterbot, Pollo, they're taking over. It's crazy. In a single game, Venno solo clutches here. For a second
That was a
place
crazy
with
solo
11
clutch from Venno.
eliminations. Kelly Link, we are at 68 eliminations on the day.
I mean, and that is a solo clutch off of Curve and Venno having 8 eliminations before Curve went down. So
What a
wasn't like
fry
it was
on
just
Pollo.
Venno in that game. But regardless, even with 8 eliminations, having Curve go down, Venno was not done yet. He is never done, Vivid. And to see him play that, for a second, I thought this was Game 11, Peterbot solo once again, because we've seen that in North America. But Venno wants to show that this is not just the NA show. EU is here to represent. And look at these eliminations, Vivid.
Insane. I mean, it's like he can't miss right now. If this guy has a shotgun out and there is somebody anywhere near him on his screen able to go ahead and hit, he's hitting the shot every single time. And how chaotic some of these end games are. I mean, he is just switching layers when he needs to. He's using overdrive grenades to fly up, and even mid-air, opponents are moving. He's still hitting.
Dude, he almost got this 1v2.
That was watching this must
He almost
have
got this
believed that it
1v2,
was
bro. He
possible
almost
for him
did it.
to
If he
win
didn't-
this 1v2, right?
Oh
Like
my
this-
God.
It looked like he was unstoppable. Everybody's like heart froze for a second watching that right there, and I gotta tell you, the rest of the lobby right now is in absolute trouble. We kind of saw it after game number 7. We were like, wow, whoa, these guys look absolutely different. Take a look at the individual eliminations.
Wow.
Of the 10 games that we've witnessed.
Wow.
In the grand finals today. Venno is leading the pack with 37. What is possibly a little bit even more impressive is that his duo is right behind him with 31.
Slayers,
This
man,
isn't like
Slayers.
a solo shot. I mean, obviously, yeah, the solo clutches came out, but they are both just performing on an incredible level right now, Kelly.
I for sure thought that production was wrong, that this was incorrect. And
How
that
many
they
games left?
misplaced
2
Curve's
games
name.
left.
That is insane. These numbers represent everything, and I feel like I'm gonna have to add a 4th star to this airplane real soon, because this is what I want out of North American Central. And you know what? Maybe NA Central was getting a little bland, and you just gotta add a little bit of spice from EU, and that's what makes everything just taste so much better.
Whew.
They added the
I am
spice.
just shocked by what we just witnessed. We have 2 games left to go. Let's bring up those standings again. Wow. As we look at these standings as well, I mean, guys, even look from 1st to 5th, right? Only 75 points separating Curve and Veno from Javi and Aminish. I mean,
I'm ordering some food, Shem. I'm hungry.
Again, this is why we call
Oh, you know
out,
what?
right?
I actually have a
single game
chicken
report, right?
parm
Can change
in the fridge. I
everything,
shouldn't
man.
order
You
food.
just string together eliminations the way
Let me go
Veno
warm
just
that
did,
up.
even in 2nd place. You don't even need the Victory Royale. You could find yourself climbing the standings. Oh my gosh. Agers in Ritual as well. Look at this. Jumping up 2 whole placements right now, Kelly. Off of a 6th place with 7 elims. Now, Kelly, right now, more than ever, these eliminations are so critical. There's so many points locked behind these eliminations. That's what these players need to be targeting.
I mean, Agers and Ritual, like you said, they got 8th place with, or I'm sorry, they got 6th place with 7 eliminations. Cold and Rapid that game only went down in 8th. They only got 3 eliminations. And that is why Agers and Ritual are jumping up. Literally, you could be doing really well, making it to the end game, grabbing eliminations. But if you are not just pushing yourselves above just a little bit more than everyone else, that is literally going to be the difference of tens of thousands of dollars and being able to say that you are the best in North America Central.
As I've been wrapped up in the entertainment that we have been presented with this absolute domination, I blinked and I was like, wait a minute. We've played 10 games. There's only 2 games left. We are approaching that point now where it is possible that some of these other teams that are in the top 5 could potentially be thinking about, okay, listen, they're playing way too good right now. How do we stop them? I know we kind of talk about this a lot. We saw it on EU earlier, the attempt to potentially stop them early on. Does somebody have what it takes to land on Curve and Veno to stop what seems to be unstoppable?
Whoa, Vivid! He's speaking something into existence. Kelly, we saw this over in EU and it went a certain way. Do you think it's happening? Do you think it's happening in game 11?
No.
Probably not, but we can hope.
2 games left to go here before we say goodbye. I cannot believe what has transpired so far. With 2 games left to go, all of these dudes are thinking the same exact thing. How do we either get in the top 13 or fight for that number 1 spot? Casters, it is time. Game 11 is ready. Take it away.
Monster, I don't know if Curve and Veno will be contested off drop, but I don't think it's going to be a smart play, because something you notice first off is when they were the best team in some of these lobbies, it usually starts in the early game. On day 1, it was the mid and end game where they lacked a little bit of preparation, but now that that's solved, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to get Sky and scrolled here in game number 11. So let's see if things are getting hyped now.
2 games left, Monster. 2 exciting chances for anybody to rise up the leaderboards. And before this moment, we had a very, very close tournament, 6 points difference. But after Curve and Veno's just phenomenal solo play, they have almost a 50-point gap.
See, but that's the thing, you know, when you listen to Veno speak, he was actually saying Curve was due for the pop-off. Curve is going to have his moment. Little did we know, the wolf was in sheep's clothing. He has been playing so crazy. It's looking like young Veno, the Veno that we knew to be one of the most dangerous fighters when he was up and coming. We're just seeing him just outperform like crazy right now. And you love to see it too, because it's well-deserved. And the competition overall is extremely close. But okay, Jacob, let's get to some of this action here. Paper and Resi are still fighting for a qualification spot for themselves. That was a great 2-piece elimination.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. That side of the map isn't necessarily my favorite, whether you're contested, uncontested. or simply just win the fight. Doesn't make it any easier at all. Blake and Preston still on this side of the map. Going gets the tick and Mafia on the south side of the Frigid Fortress. Good damage onto Preston though, giving a huge advantage on over to the other side. But Mafia has a huge chunk of HP missing as well. And this is where the lurks are starting to come in. But the longer you lurk, the longer you fight, those third parties will become a huge factor. Empen and Jack already making their way on over.
Yeah, Empen and Jack have been all over these fights here. They've had success, they've had some failures. So has Mafia. Looking at Blake's perspective. Just kind of waiting this one out, trying to see. Misses the most important shot though. Any little touch there, he could have sneezed on the tick and it would have been a big up. And Preston didn't even see him run past him either, so they just seem to be a little out of it here for game number 11. And Empen and Jack not too content with the extra shots they're hitting inside of there. I think they learned a lesson last time. So they're off to disengage now.
Still got Scare and Osid at the actual Frigid Fortress just towards the north. They were the ones that, essentially the last ones standing after everything had settled, but just literally one room away. Preston and Blake, I have to imagine they know each other are here. Even the tick as a solo, they only saw one elimination in the feed. Just about where is he at? And every single person in this scenario, Monster, is one shot away from going down
Oh my
or
God,
getting
this
eliminated.
is so
And
tense.
that's why you see the careful approach. But maybe Preston hears something on the other side of that wall. He's trying to tiptoe, take his time. There's a full window open, a clear shot. They double attack from both sides. That's actually a smart way to approach that from Preston and Blake.
I'm thinking Preston was looking through the cracks in the brick like, yep, I see an angle, bro. He's in here. Let's go for it. It ends up working out. Squibbly on lock, of course, by Peterbot and Pollo. Let's see if they end up doing a big surge base or rotating out early. Try to get a fight for some surge. Maybe even some points, of course. All in all, though, oh, they're going back to that strat where they just push Chris and Drew here, who are kind of based down right now.
Yeah, and honestly, unless you think something unordinary is going to happen with Veno going down early and a lack of eliminations, one of the big ways to come back, especially for a team like Peterbot and Pollo, is through eliminations here. You talked about it yourself. They've fought this one before against Chris and Drew. They've gotten eliminations, but they've also went down or down to low HP, making the surge not necessarily worth it. There goes another example. They're 100 damage gone just like that. Pollo having to slow things down, trying to heal up, but Peterbot's relentless pressure gets the double edits towards the top, forcing Drew to fall down yet another layer. But we've seen this happen a few times throughout the weekend. Eventually, Peterbot and Pollo do disengage, but I'm not sure that's going to necessarily be the case. They trade shots again. Another 100 damage landing onto Pete.
Yeah, one thing Chris and Drew have done is play defense very, very well, right? Like every time we've watched this fight go down, they actually haven't fully eliminated this team. They have managed to defend themselves more than well enough. And
Props to those guys for staying alive.
say, you know what? You got it, bruh. Once again, and they just give
How's the
to
food?
them
Pretty good.
because they know too that going back and forth is not worth it. They wait until they're ahead and they say, all right, we're gonna take the surge positive and dip out.
Sometimes you got to take the little victories. Hopefully they accumulate into a massive victory at the end of the game. So jump on board Threats and Beer. To start the day off, they were inside of that top 13. They slowly fizzled out, but as it stands now, 14th place, 264 points. 13th place is only 6 points away. So if they were able to clean up those eliminations, they would move inside of the bubble as the game does progress. On one side of the map, you can kind of see what is on the line for some of these players, and they're really just trying to put it all out there, and they leave no regrets left on the table. Carillion seems to be by himself. Not sure where Jargon's at. Possibly eliminated by QK, but they break into the same box. QK almost goes down.
Damn.
He's able to not only survive, but get the elimination
Shooting
on
his
the
body.
Carillion and basically tell him what he really feels.
Yeah, I was trying to find Carillion on the standings. Definitely is one of those teams on that bubble area. They haven't had enough time to really focus in on their performances, but either way, getting eliminated now in game number 11 is going to be a massive setback for any team here now. Jumping back with this right here, Peterbot. Boy, I don't think we've seen them actually fight Skittles' team at all. So Skittles somewhat caught out of position here and into the drop. Okay, this is exactly where Peterbot wants to. They know they're not going to have teams here, not this early. And just like that, Skittles rotates out of one problem and into another one.
Ah, that's just unfortunate. Literally, Peterbot and Pollo went from fighting Chris and Drew. I don't know why they disengaged, but Chris and Drew went one way, Peterbot went the other, and basically attacked two different players on one team, sent them right back to the lobby. Another heartbreak moment here in Game 11. basically leaving it all to the 12th and final game for some of these teams that have been eliminated early on. And as you can see, 74 players up, Monster. This one looking to move at a little bit of an accelerated fashion than some of the other games we've seen so far.
Okay, I did find Carillion and Jargle on the standings. They're actually in 13th, holding the line with 270 points there, Jacob. Now, the jump above them is Rhea and Cooper, who have a 30-point cushion, it seems like, for 12th. But it is super close from basically that line up and down.
Maybe watching all the teams below you, probably even some of the teams above, just hoping they go down early, kind of ease the pain. But you can see the big difference here from Rapid and Cold and some of the other teams. Rapid literally buying out the mending machine, and then they kind of bring all the heals up towards Cold, so he can kind of watch them, kind of leaving scraps essentially for anybody else that tries to rotate through and grab that mending machine. Just jump on board Void. Looks like he's getting chased down by a Beeb. Nowhere near his teammate just yet, but he's trying to use those shockwaves to close the distance.
Just look at Zipness points too. Overall today, having quite the performance here. Obviously, after that last victory royale, in a 5th place before that, they've just propelled themselves right into.
Am I tracking calories and macros? I'm tracking protein, but not necessarily tracking calories that hard.
Play well. They will be up towards the top here in the next 2 rounds. Visuals and Braids slipping down the totem pole. They were holding that 3rd strong for so long. These last few rounds have just been a bit tough for them.
Yeah, they have a bit of a cushion, almost.
No, there hasn't been any heal offs, which I think is great.
Games, but almost leaves you scratching your head. They vastly changed up their strategy from day 1 going into day 2, where they would typically set up here for a long time.
There was one heal off, right?
Little tags that adds up to a good amount of surge. By the time they rotated towards those moving zones, it made it a little more free to do what they want. But more and more teams rotating over,
on day 1,
even to close the day out yesterday, lurking on them, getting those eliminations, forcing in the back of Visuals and Braids' minds different things to go out, but they're going to go ahead and get that drop early on, just at the edge of zone. And this could be a blessing here with the zone moving towards the north. They're already set up on one of these mountains, and every team south
there was like one heal off, I think,
to rotate either through Visuals and Braids,
but
or
there's not that many, which is great.
And this is definitely the better spot to be in, and you know, this is arguably the best spot to have a monster surge base, but they seem to have
it was like at the middle POI, and they hit the vending machine. But they hit the vending machine and still lost the heal off to make it.
Rotation strategy, right, coming into day 2. And maybe that's why Visual Breed is having a bit of a harder time, whereas yesterday, while everyone was caught off guard, strat worked a little better. But for Peterbot and Boyo,
Fortune, thanks so much for the hand heart. Appreciate you.
Obviously, their domain doing a good job so far.
Peterbot just using a couple of resources that are around.
Is my energy level lower when I'm lean? I would say, yeah. Naturally, you're gonna have lower energy when you're lean.
They pressure out Muzz from 2 different angles. One shot can connect from Boyo. Peterbot still holding it
Especially
down,
if you're eating in a deficit.
Some of those Thunderburst shots through, getting him down to just HP. And with the zone here, yeah, it might only be a 1 tick, but it's going to increase the worry for Must. Liquid tries to go up and make a play onto Peterbot, but he gets cut short as well. He has no choice but to try and disengage. He basically gave up any hope of him and his duo either taking down Peterbot or surviving. So he moves towards the north, saying, hey, if you're going to eliminate him, I probably already have the goal. Let's just start working on plan B.
I used to watch you like 10 years ago, back in the good old days. Elder Scrolls Online.
So we could have stuck around and finished it, but not worth the risk. Really showing you too that like Peterbot and Boy are really trying to play for an end game right now. They know that
or like the beginning of Fortnite
will come. We just gotta keep winning.
I look like I'm having a hard time watching this. No, I've been actually having a great time watching this.
You know, Muzz, at least, you know, in the last major 3 in trios, qualifying in the last game of the day to make it to globals. A much better position, 7th place, 430 points on the leaderboard. Just needs to be able to close it out strong in the last 2 games. Listen and Aloe in the mix as well, just trying to float above one of these teams. They're going to be in 23rd place, 214 points. I want to say roughly like 56 points away from getting inside of that bubble. That's definitely going to help him tenfold. Raven does go down. Aloe already trying to shockwave over. CDZ realizing the shockwaves are coming in. He's going to try to disengage himself. Can't be the hero in a situation that started so fast.
Unfortunate turn of events here.
When are you going to stop streaming Fortnite if you claim the game is dead? I haven't claimed that Fortnite is dead.
All of this
but
experience gathered.
I'll stop streaming Fortnite when I'm not enjoying Fortnite anymore.
Saw Aegis there find G Monster.
Or if another game comes out that piques my interest more than Fortnite.
Some points to continue to fight his way back into first.
Am I a founder? I do have the founder, yeah.
No team
The founder pack on Save the Worlds.
You're gonna need to have
I do have it.
those big game wins as well. Otherwise, the dream is out.
Yeah, which is surprising to start this day. We're talking about the phenomenal play from Bold, Solo Impact, him and Acorn's ability to remain consistent in each and every one of these games. It's just something went wrong today. You know, compared to yesterday, they had a 32nd place and 19th. They did make up for it in a moment with a third place with 5 eliminations, but now they're 98 points away from first place. 2 games left. Almost have a little bit of control over their destiny. They really got to hope for Curve, Veno, Aegis, Ritual, Cold, and Rapid. A whole slew of players to have a much worse performance than they've had so far, even on average. As Aegis and Ritual rotating back on over towards Sandy Strip. Another team, uncontested drop. They really have conditioned a good portion of this lobby to stay away from this mending machine.
You know, and I'm just thinking, Javi and Diminish actually jumped up a placement point last game as well. Their average placement so far in the tournament is 8.6. The best of all the teams right now.
GTA 6, I think it's going to be...
That is...
I think it's going to be really...
impressive stat, just kind of taking a surface glance at it.
It's going to be a massive game.
Everyone else, though, clearly...
There's going to be... A lot of people are going to be playing it.
That's why they have the... higher points.
It is coming out on console first before it comes out on PC.
Exceptional right now. It's a great time to
so I'm not too sure, like...
checking in with them. What's
how...
going well
I mean,
with
I'm going to
them?
definitely play
What
it
can
right
they
when it
do?
comes out, even on console, but I don't know how much I'll be invested until it's out on PC.
Very well.
How did that thing just heal them? The little diamond at Sandy Strip can heal you if you emote next to it.
With a whole other player, and Reek goes ahead and says, hey Cooper, you want a duo? We're not playing as well as we would hope. So he goes a separate way. Hobby and Diminish, they form just in time to have a phenomenal performance in play-ins.
Gold with the $2. Do you have the Leon S. Kennedy skin? I do.
That trend here with a top
Shiz balls with $1.
Leaderboard 75 points away. What could be both of those
Explorer
players'
75
first
months.
FNCS
LOD
championship.
Joe with the 50 months, almost 50 months, 49 months.
It's just so close, not only for the actual first place on the leaderboard, but
Pixel
for the
Fawn with
top
the prime
13
sub,
overall,
who is
where
Drew
you
with
see
42 months. Thank
13th
you.
And 14th place have already been eliminated.
I actually don't know Mike, but he's, I think
And
he's in
honestly,
college.
You don't want to look back at this moment, Monster, saying, "Hey, I had the chance and I wasted it."
Sickos, I'm not gonna make a short about you asking out your crush, but I hope she says yes.
You know, placement performances. They actually have 2 second places in there, and last game obviously pulled that third. So they have come close to a win multiple times now. We will be keeping an eye on them. But with Cold and Rapid here from the Dark Dominion now to this new draw spot so far, it seems to be playing off relatively well. They have 400 damage above, plenty of material, and they actually pull zone. Okay, this is really good for Cold and Rapid right here. They actually needed a little bit of luck, and it seems like it's playing off.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, the only thing they're missing is a little bit of high ground, but it's Cold and Rapid. When do they ever play on the high ground? Exactly, they get what they want. Just like Peterbot and Boyo, relentless pressure throughout the entirety of this game. They're almost 1,000 above the threshold, but you wouldn't think that to be true. They only have 1 elimination so far, so they're going for it. They're going for these high elim games. It's just they're not finding any success on the actual eliminations up until then, where they take down both Jack and Npen before they got to rotate to the next zone. So that's going to replenish a lot of their builds. They can pick and choose what resource they want to take with them before they finally make their way on out.
This is crazy because they're really playing to their strengths right now. Goes the Flowberry miss, so they're just going to be shock waving their way all the way into the zone. Shoot, they might even end up on some high ground here shortly. They have the mats to play for it, but Peterbot gets caught in a spider's trap right there. Gotta be careful. On the other side, as we were watching that though, we missed what was happening over here. Flex, buddy, you're looking the wrong way. Veno knocks him upside the head, and then they get the follow-up in the finish.
IRL appealed to me.
Quickly rotate the zone. And they're using that as a quick second here to look
IRL, I mean,
anybody that still has
I've been doing like IRL vlogs. I don't know how I feel about IRL streams. Like I'm interested in like dabbling in IRL streams, but I think the current streaming meta is very manipulated through like the clip method of like paying hundreds of people from like a third world country to post your clips everywhere and paying them like pennies is like not it's not a tactic that I'm like super eager to like get involved in. And then the view botting that a lot of streamers have been indulging in is not something that I would ever do. So it's just kind of like the state of streaming has been kind of cringe lately.
Taking off right now. They are
like the losers have arrived, you know what I'm saying? Like the any means necessary cheat to win type of people, industry plants, they've arrived. The organic era of streaming has unfortunately come to an end, and it's not impossible to become a streamer and be like legit, but it's definitely a lot harder now because of like the people cheating, the system, manipulating the system, the clip strats. It's the view bots, the chat bots, you know, especially with AI now. A lot of like people that are view botting are also chat botting, and it looks a little bit more authentic because the chat is moving. You know, before when someone would view bot, they would have a lot of viewers but no chatters, but now you can have like AI chat bots that are like typing things that are relevant to what's happening on stream, so it looks more realistic. And I'm a little over the streaming scene. I still think there's a lot of potential in content creation, but streaming is in such a rough spot. Twitch needs to do something about the view bots, and I think the algorithms right now, the short form algorithms are very easily manipulated, and it's making it a lot easier for like industry plans to be just fucking shoved down our throats. Yeah, like the dead internet theory, like streaming is really catching the worst of it.
He was already in the lead, Jacob, with the most amount of elims, and he's continued to do so. But look at this, not looking good.
What is Peterbot doing to these guys?
He finds one. Can he get the follow-up here?
He's chasing a duo by himself. He's gonna get Poyo up. He literally just did so much damage to those guys that they ran away.
Start to use those along with pizza, but the zone is moving in. 10 ticks of damage, instantly popping the big pot. Really trusting Peterbot to get those flashes.
Yo, Seth, I don't know too much about the burnt peanut. I don't know. I'm not like, I don't have time to be looking at like streamers and Poyo, what was that? And like to look into the validity of new streamers that are coming up and whatnot. Like, I've heard things, but I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know. One thing that I will say, is that back in the day, come on, Clix and Higgs, let's lock it in these last two games. Back in the day, it was like the bad streamers that would view bot. Like, it was people who really were just terrible at streaming, or they were like short-term view botters. They're not serious streamers, right? They're just like looking for shortcuts, and they suck at streaming. Dude, nowadays you have some good streamers, talented streamers that are also view botting. You have streamers that already have thousands of loyal viewers that are view botting. You have streamers that are sponsored. You have streamers that are millionaires, multi-millionaires that are view botting. So it's just, you know, the bar just keeps going lower and lower. Lower and lower.
Look at all these old builds as things are moving back.
Like, there's no bounds to the greed.
Still neck to neck with Clix and Higgs right here.
Yeah, Curve and Veno, I feel like they know they don't even necessarily need the high ground. They don't even necessarily need the win. They just need to remain consistent. That slows him down a little bit. Big shot is going to land onto Veno. Pressure coming from up above. Thank gosh that Curve is
Wait, how did Higgs get knocked?
Holding on to the build, but if you blink, you might have missed it. Higgs has
stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
Curve and Veno realize nobody else is
they don't know where they're at.
contest used it. They used the fizz. They used the shockwaves. They instantly
Now they
take
found
away
them.
that high ground. 6 teams left, Monster, and everybody.
Oh my God, Curve and Venom are gonna win this game. Come on, come on, come on, Higgs. Come on, Higgs. They don't have mats. They don't have mats. They have to drop down. They have to drop down.
We don't have enough mats to hold
Clix is gonna get his 200 health back.
Clix and Higgs managed to have just enough HP though to go ahead and heal back.
My dude is speaking tonight. Yo, Joseph, I got you, man. I got you. I gotta speak up sometimes, you know?
Player here in the mid ground right now, trying to evaluate what he wants to do here, but he's got pressure coming in from potentially Veno and Curve here on the layer.
It's not looking good for Veno and Curve.
He actually finds Curve. It's gonna be Muzz who jumps in and they get the full finish.
Yeah, but still, that's no worries to me. Veno's
Bro, low key, it's gonna be a little tragic for. Oh, Venom goes down. It's gonna be a little tragic for Clix and Higgs to have like 3 wins and not be in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like no other team has more than 1 win, and they're about to secure their 3rd victory royale. Like they've got it. Muzz is a solo. Muzz is dead. Okay, Bolts and Acorn are a little dangerous, but they're getting pushed by everybody. Clix and Higgs are just on high ground shooting down.
They also need the refresh too, as they're out of material, so they're going to be forced into this fight here, whether you like it or not. And then, of course, Clix and Higgs,
they're burning through their heals. That's good.
And jump in this battle as well. Bolts uses the shockwave to go up. Someone gets eliminated in the sky. It's actually Clix. He couldn't touch down in time.
What has happened?
Bolts and Acorn, all of a sudden now,
how did?
in a winning position, and the shot goes through, and just like that, Bolts manages to
how did they? I wanted to see Clix and Higgs' POV. I want to know how they fumbled that.
In the second to last game of the day, becoming the second team to win 2 different games this weekend, and in a leaderboard, Monster, in a world that is so stacked and close, this one is sure going to move them 1 step closer to contending for another FNCS championship. Zeke, 1 left game to go. Let's do it.
I keep thinking, man, like I've got a handle on it. There's like, you know, Zeke, just follow the action. It's all cool. And no, man, we literally just talked about the top 5 right before this, right?
They might have ran out of heals.
Bolts, we're that 6th place team. They were the team on the outside, and they said, Zeke, I'm sorry. Did you forget about us? We can now be in the top 5. Why did you forget about us? And now they are fighting for our love and affection. I cannot believe this. Game 11 with so many Titanic
Curve and Veno
doing the same thing, thinking, bro,
nearly 100-point lead.
This is our chance
going to last game.
We can fight for an axe. Acorn and Bolt say, you know what? We'd like to toss our name in the hat. Little name in the hat. There you go, Zeke. Go ahead. Shuffle it up. I don't know. Kelly, I'm losing it. I'm freaking out.
I mean, this really was the game for our teams in that 6th to 10th place spot.
Okay, Clix and Higgs are not dropping out of top 12. They're going to qualify for LAN. They're not dropping out of top 12. The point difference between 12 and them is over 100 points.
That were just right outside of that edge, making sure that they're just playing the low ground. They're playing what they do best. They don't need to be disruptor. They don't need to be getting all these eliminations. They just need to make it to the end game.
If anyone drops some Venom, it will be Pete.
Once again, going to a solo, improving that he is going to make sure that him. Maybe.
So funny. Game 11 there. I mean, we're just watching all the chaos kind of unfold on night. Oh my gosh, Peterbot's trying to hold it. Clix and Higgs, they go up for it. Venom and Curve, they start to get active. All this stuff's happening. Elim. And then we take a look at where everybody else is at. Acorn and Bolts on the low ground. 100, full healthy duo. And they finish the game just like that as a duo. Incredible stuff for them to kind of re-enter the conversation, not only in that game specifically, because they didn't even know they were alive in that game. All of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, they're chilling on the low ground. But now I can only imagine how close they are to keep themselves back in the competition for the win.
Oh my gosh, that little angle, that little tiny little corner was the difference maker. 574 points. Fortnite fan, we have 1 game left to go. We're gonna go to a break. Okay, I need a moment to breathe. Okay, I need a moment to breathe. When we come back, we start setting up, because this is a close run. Okay, go find some popcorn, find a drink, use the bathroom. We'll be right back. Okay, we'll be right back.
Dude, it's kind of over, right?
Two teammates have his back. Where Smash gets the drop on Amarius, stays alive. They're targeting Alfania. 3v1.
I got hit with that one. I'm popping a med bit. Wait, short. Got 6 build? No, max up. Wait, if you're mid, wait. 100? 100? Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh my god.
I still don't get what those guys were doing. The duo was just lost.
I don't know how to feel about it.
You're not used to losing. Getting
I'm muting this one. I'm muting it.
Okay. All right. I'm fine. I'm calm.
He's not. He's not.
Everything is okay. In case you're joining us, welcome. This is the FNCS Grand Finals. No big deal. One of the most important moments in the FNCS. We have one game left to go. You know, hey, crazy stuff happened in that last game.
Very crazy
Corner
stuff.
Bolts got themselves a victory out of that last game. That's crazy, right? Yeah. Why don't we go and take a look at the standings, because it gets crazier. Because right now, Curve and Veno are in first place with 659 points. Kelly!
They have 78 eliminations, more than double that of Acorn and Bolts.
They were fragging
Veno
out,
and
man.
Curve
These limbs are
showed
setting them
today
apart.
what they do best. Those early eliminations, going into the mid game, making sure that they don't have to worry about Storm Surge, and then controlling the mid ground, either chopping people from above or eliminating people down below. They do it time and time again. And you know what? Maybe day one wasn't their day, but it's better late than never. Veno showing everyone why he is not just moving states like we see a lot of these players do in North America. No, he's moving countries to claim this as his own. Manifesting destiny is all about America's history, and he's showing why Britain did it first over here.
Please put an absolute huge exclamation point on the fact that these guys were in 10th place coming into the day. We have played 5 games, and they now have an 85.
Shay, thank you so much for all the gifts.
Over second place.
Thank you, Shay.
I don't know what kind of crazy stat or how this is going to look on paper, but this has to be one of the most incredible day 2 performances, day 2 comebacks, whatever you want to call
100%.
it, that we have ever seen. I mean, look at 78. How in the heck? What's even going on? These guys, every single time we watch the game, it's just a highlight reel for them.
Dude, you know, we were talking about it during the break there, and it's like at a certain point, this is going to become mathematically impossible, right? Like at a certain point, we've tuned into them at like the early stages of the game, and they have 4 or 5 or, you know, even 3 elims.
No, not
right?
78 in one
They
game,
just have to
78 in
do
the
what they've been
tournament.
doing all day long, and they will
Which
walk
is crazy
away
for an FNCS
as the
Grand.
winners. Now we only have a minute and a half. I really quickly just want to flip on over the top 13, right? Yes, we are absolutely playing for a first place and an Axe of Champions, right? But we also can't forget top 13 are right now playing for their spot at the summit. 298. Do not forget that number going into this game. 298 is the current cutoff. Seek and Taki
Razor
are
with the
holding
2
that.
years. Thank
But
you, man.
guys, we have 1 game left. to go.
Oski,
Let's
75
even
months.
Just look at Scare and Osid, right? We saw
Porsche
Scare and
Rain
Osid
with the
pop
tier
off
1 sub. Thank you,
earlier
Porsche.
on.
Appreciate
Like,
you.
not even just a few weeks ago.
Thank you.
They could try. and
Porsche, are you
play
the same?
for that
Are you
spot.
the
Look
are
at
you the same
Tarky
Porsche
as
from the
well,
TikTok
right?
chat?
Even Zypher, we saw them get a
If
victory
so,
right
thank
now.
you.
I mean,
For the gifts on
Kelly,
TikTok
there's
as well.
so many players. This goes down to 20, Kelly.
Yeah.
It's possible.
it's literally like 42 points that separate 13th from 20th place, and I'm guessing it's even closer down below. So we could probably get to page 3, see teams in our 30th place spot. And if they have that pop-off game, and we know that there is a possibility of some teams just kind of sliding by, making it into the top 5 and just grabbing a handful of eliminations, that right there is 90 points and could be the difference maker of going to Dusseldorf or not. Vivid, this is what NAC is all about. We
I
have
wanna go
so
to
many big
Dusseldorf.
names in the top. All the teams that we have been talking about are finally showing up right now, and this is the final game.
It's crazy. I mean, there's so much stuff going on that leaderboard, so much we could break down. But there's only one way to find out who's going to walk away. Not only champions, who's going to get second, who's going to get third, who's going to qualify to the LAN event, and that's just to play the games.
Vivid, the last game of the day right now. Fortnite fam, lock in every single
Lock
thing
in,
that
twin.
these players do. Whether they get an elim or get eliminated, this is it. The last game to make the impossible possible. For the last time today, MDF, Jacob PR, take it away.
Honestly, Monster, I've never seen so many storylines go down the leaderboard so far. Curve could win his first FNCS champion. Venno could win 2 titles on the hardest regions with EU and NA and add his 4th overall. Acorn could win another major one. Both could be a West and Central champion. Cold back on top. Rapid wins his first. I could keep going all day, but it just goes to show the stories are endless today.
This is what makes NA one of the best regions to watch.
Acorn might land on
really
Venno.
the pinnacle of what Fortnite's all about, and we of course have the privilege of calling all the action here. You've been watching it go down. Let's see if luck is on their side.
Coming into a game 12 of honestly the most recent FNCS is almost a year now. People always have that same conversation. Who will land on first place? And right now, it looks like we have an interesting situation breaking down.
What's going on?
Peterbot and Poyo look to contest Curve and Venno, but Curve and Venno already seen that one coming. They leave, they go to Squibbly Shores, and they get another early game elimination. Zeke said it, Monster. Eventually,
They predicted
this
the
will become
swap.
mathematically impossible for anybody outside of Curve and Venno to win.
They predicted the
I already knew
swap.
this was gonna happen. I knew that Venno was someone that Peterbot and Poyo like respect at such a competitive level. They would be willing to contest them. They would be willing to try to throw their tournament off. But Venno is one of the smartest players we've ever had, and he will see it from a mile away. So even now, them just mixing up, it's just a safety strat. It's to say, hey, who wants to battle us? Come bring it. We're not afraid to mix it up. We're not afraid to stay dynamic here in the last game.
He's gonna push them still.
Looks like Peterbot and Poyo going into this game, though. With that elimination, of course, with Venno and Curve, they are 98 points away from an FNCS champion, and that's only playing catch up to Curve and Venno. They still got so many big names in their path if they're looking to take it. They probably noticed that Curve and Venno weren't at the Battlewood. They immediately turn around. They got a hint of what's going on. Maybe they think this is them, but it's Raven and CDZ, a whole nother team. This gives a huge moment here for Curve and Venno to look on over, possibly engage, possibly disengage. The choice is definitely there, especially since it's taken a little bit
Poyo
longer
goes
than we hoped.
down.
Peterbot lands a shot, but Poyo goes down. Raven is escaping back inside of the building. That puts Peterbot
Oh my God.
in 1v2.
Oh no.
He can 1v2. He can 1v2. He can 1v2. Oh my God.
And that is not the way you want this to start going down right here. If you're Peterbot or Pollo, you need so many more points. You cannot afford to be get set this far behind. Peterbot, though, in a world of trouble here. Plenty of enemy builds. He's going to have to back off. Shot through the wall as well. This is, of course, Raven and CDZ's one chance to go in and pounce on him. But Peterbot's back in the mix.
Dude,
They're fully
Peterbot
healthy.
can do this.
Misses an important shot here.
He did miss an important shot right there. Oh, these guys are freaking healing to full, man. Holy crap. Oh, it's over.
Able to get the materials from Pollo,
It's
but
over for
Raven
Pete.
lands another monster shot, getting the shield gone out from Peterbot. He has the minis still there.
Do we count him out?
Of build, CDZ and Raven really don't have no materials down.
Do we count him
low,
out?
so they can't not fight upwards, so he has to drop down low. Peterbot
Do we count him out?
Take the fight to them as CDZ gets dropped to this. Less than 50 HP, but a third party's coming in, Monster. A third party from the east, from Dark Dominion, looks to interrupt this play.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh no, Peter's going down.
You know who, but give it a second here. Raven CD's even a little too passive now. They had an opportunity to finish up this. They back off instead.
Pete.
Rapid and Cold show up, and they are cleaning up house faster than ever. They find 2 quick elims, even shooting the down body just to show and flex that
They're looking for
here
Pete
as well. And look at this. They are hunting for poor Peterbot, who's now hiding inside of the factory. Just unprecedented type of
My
endgame
God.
right now. You never see this level of clash go down here. Definitely not for the likes of Peterbot. He's normally the one hunting. Now he's being hunted.
Yeah, they probably saw in the feed that Pollo did go down, so they immediately left their drop spot to beeline it on over. This is a team that's on
my
the
God.
Gold is in 3rd place. You see it there. Peterbot and Pollo in 4th place. It really was asking the question, is anybody going to be brave enough? With the point gap so close, you would really risk your spot.
Dude,
on the
he stayed
leaderboard
alive.
if you were looking to go on the chase, but Venno, Curve, they not only left
Dude,
their
the
drop
Venno and
spot
Curve are just like
battle,
racking
they
up
left their
kills.
second drop
They're
spot
making it
where they're
impossible.
already going on the hunt for these elims. They don't want to win after game 12, Monster. They want to win during this game so they can take a much needed victory lap.
Well, this is crazy. You know, if you just allow them to continue to get elims like this, which
Dude.
they have done
Peter-
extremely successfully.
Peter was gonna
way more
1v2 those
successfully
guys
than any other team here on the
if,
weekend.
Cold and Rapid
They
didn't show
will
up.
be too far ahead. We would be asking so much of Cold and Rapid. We're talking upwards of 10, 15 elims and a victory royale. Give this a second now. So from one
This guy's got 2 chug
team wipe
jugs.
onto another now. Dozier and Escher trying to fight the fired up Venno and Curve here. Meanwhile, Curve has been live this entire time, by the way. Do not sleep on him. This is, again,
He's streaming.
nothing like we've ever seen before.
Yeah, especially for Mom and
Peterbot gone.
Imagine him. Oh,
Peterbot gone.
By Cold and Rapid. Peterbot goes down in 4th place, tied with Agers and Ritual.
Damn, Venno. Venno, he's so good, bro. Holy.
The Siphon comes in. Much needed builds get replenished by Venno. Curve not slowing down, trying to alleviate the pressure. Lands a
Good
huge shot on the
pre-fire.
face
Oh
here,
my
and the
God.
elimination
What kind of
on
edit was
as well.
that?
5 elims, Monster. 5
They got 5 elims already.
eliminations
They
here.
win.
This is domination
They win.
at its finest in
Peterbot
Major
out.
on NA Central.
Cold and Rapid are 103 points behind them. 103 points.
What is
Winning
going
is
on
what?
here?
65 points? 10 kills
They're
is 40
already at 3
points?
elims as well, so
That's
Rapid and Cold
105.
are playing so
That means Rapid and Cold need to
aggressive.
kill
You gotta
them
give
right
them
now
credit right
and
here.
win
We
with
know
like
what
10
the
kills.
task at hand is. We know what needs to be done, and it really does feel like the impossible. It's asking them to pop off right now and go into the upper double-digit elimination territory and potentially win the game. Because for them, it's about the championship victory. Jumping over to Carillion and Jargo, playing a little bit of the storm fight right here, keeping us busy right now.
Essentially 2 sides of the coin. We're watching the battle for first. Oh, Venno's down. Venno is down, but Curve saves the day. What are we witnessing? This is a montage performance.
Bruh.
I don't want to call it too soon, Monster, but this is beginning to look like a victory lap for Curve and Venno.
The writing's on the wall. You just have to read it, brother. All right? It's whenever you're ready, just let us know. They're at 6 eliminations now.
What are they doing here?
A little cheeky here, though. Trying to see if anyone's willing to kind of sneak on by to find a couple elims right now. And
No
let's just
one's
paint a
coming.
picture.
No
Obviously,
one's
Curve and
coming. What are we
Venom
doing?
Off to the races right now. A 100-point gap separating them from the rest of the competition. And then you have so many other teams trying to fight for a land spot to the global summit. It's right around the corner. Who is going to be in Germany? Only the top 13 will make it.
And as it stands right now, in order for Cold and Rapid to win the tournament, this is as it stands right now, they need Curve and Veno to go
If
down
Veno wins
outside
this
the top
FNCS,
25
he'll be the
without a
first
single
player in
elimination
history
more. And then
to
they
win
need
on
win
both
the game
major
with
regions,
10
NA
or so
and EU.
eliminations in the double
And Curve
digits.
will
So
be
it's
the
going to
first
show
controller
how much
player
of a runaway this
to
is
win
turning
an
into. And that's where you
FNCS
see a
since
lot of what's going down,
2023.
because it's not only the battle for first. If you look at Tyler and Chance here, 391 points on the overall leaderboard. They're in 10th place. If they go down early, they can kiss their summit spot goodbye.
Definitely be really close for them. They'll be holding on to a thin margin. Taki and Seek on the other side. Same can be said for these teams here. 208 points earned on the tournament day. So you are seeing moments of greatness here coming out. Some of our competitors here on the 2-day format.
Attack gonna make a quick, clean glide here.
And they were in 10th place going into today. They were in 10th, and now they're in the lead by over 100.
Others rotating in your path. Be a good plan for Seek and Taki here. 13th place. They just need to hold on to their current spot on that leaderboard. Clix and Eggs, though, a moment ago, did see them in the feed. They picked up at least one more elimination here. They, too, have a little bit more of a cushion than some of the other counterparts. 430 points in 9th place. They just need to make sure to finish strong. It's more of a confidence thing than anything else, I feel like, at this point.
Yeah, gotta find their groove, but again, you've made it this far. They had such exceptional moments of greatness, but in the end, everything has to come together. And then how do you account for having the curves, the colds, those types of performances that we've seen? It's tough to ask.
Can Clix outplace Peterbot
They're still fighting for their qualification.
if they win this game?
Seats are not fully safe just yet. Not at least how I feel. Let's take a look at the standings here. This is going to put them at 12th place there, Jacob. So close.
Yeah, I would say they have a 22-point gap from 13th, which is actually the line. And then about a 44 or so point gap between them and falling outside of the bubble, which means anything could be possible. If they go down, which is, say, 15th place, and anybody else kind of
it's kind of tough.
8 or better,
they would need like a 15-kill win to pass them.
So many different possibilities here as the tournament continues on. Threats in Beer, a team that started inside of the bubble on the day, shortly fell out of it and is trying to work their way back. Aviv and King, another similarity here, 17th place coming into this game, which means those eliminations, 8 more points is definitely going to boost them up the leaderboard just a little bit. I think that almost puts them on the line outside of that bubble around 14th place with those elims.
Yeah, Aviv and King the last 2 games.
Yo, Pro Gamer with a donation. Thank you, man.
To end game, and this time they actually have 4 total elims. So just a monstrous performance so far. Definitely stepping up and doing what they need to when it matters most. Enough and Saul kind of see what's going on here. They end up backing off. You have Osin and Scare, another team that's very much in the conversation right now. Looking at how they've played, we have a 4th place as far as their best performance so far in last game, roughly 15th for them with a single elim. So not too bad, definitely earning some placement points. If they can keep that up,
Clix is okay, dude. I'm banning this guy.
And in.
There we
It's
go.
going to be an interesting lobby / end game. Because if you look at like day 1, we were getting what, 4th zone surge, sometimes even earlier because how stacked the lobby is. To start the day, we were getting 5th zone, maybe 6th zone surge. There's only 60 players up. There's only 30 teams left in this lobby right now in the 4th zone. So it's rather thinned out, moving at a much more accelerated pace. So you have to be careful on some of these rotations. So instead of being able to rotate, stack with a bunch of other teams, hoping they choose them instead of you, now some of these rotations will be a little bit more bare with you and maybe 1 or 2 other teams being the only one rotating in that direction.
I mean, when you have Cold, Rapid, Acorn, Bolts, Curvin, Veno looking for elims, right? Trying to either push the gap, close the gap, like this is what happens. The lobby will tend to thin out, and then everyone else, of course, trying to fight for their qualification spot. Look at this, though. Benno Curve inside the storm right now. They surely know they've done enough, right? So now it's just time to chill out, hang out, enjoy the storm for a little bit. Here on the beach.
Yo, TikTok, what are you guys even doing? Like, what are you guys even doing?
None at all, especially with the zone moving on over towards
Stop being
the south.
sheep.
They know they can essentially ride the shoreline, whether they try to make a little shortcut in, go on top of the mountains, they can go all the way towards the south. They do got one zone, though, that they really have to worry about. So going from zone 4 to zone 5, it moves from a 1 tick of damage into 2. From zone 5 to zone 6, it'll move from a 2 tick damage into a 5. So even though they do have a lot of time on their side, they don't want to use all their resources just getting into zones. Since you can kind of see on the map there on your left side that so many other teams are also outside of the zone and inside of their path that could certainly cut them off.
Yeah, definitely. They're moving really quickly. Wagers and Sleepsy, though. Look at this. A little bit of a high ground position right here. Still, though, no surge warnings in sight. This game is moving so fast right now as the lobby's starting to thin out. And this is a pretty congested north side of the Battlewood Boulevard, so kind of a new site for us, if you will. Looking at the names that are in play here. Jack, N-Pen, Acorn, Bolts. On the other side, Osid and Scare. Scare, though, gets fully finished right here. One of our bubble teams is out to the hands of Sikentaki. This is super important. Actually, it was Wagers from up top. It wasn't Sikentaki, but they're right next to that collateral damage.
Almost all the same, though. Sikentaki, that 13th place, Scare and Osid, or I should say, just one Osid by himself. Is going to be in 14th place. He has a bit of a gap to overcome. Anything is possible. 29 teams still up, so 4 more go down. You'll start to get those placement points, and they'll cascade in with each and every team that does go down. Contrapt's going to fall, and already one less team to worry about here. 55 players left in this game, so there's only one solo running around, and that's going to be Osid.
Gotta do what he gotta do, though. It's really close, yet so far now. It's all going to come down to, can you earn your way towards the positioning placement points there? Still see Reet and Cooper up in the distance. Agers and Ritual here sitting pretty. Got the box open, eyes on Acorn and Bolts. Little did they know. Oh, look at this zone, though. It pulls north. Okay, so this is going to be working against the likes of Curve and Benno, who obviously were wrapping far around the outskirts.
This is the last game, chat.
Not necessarily damage for Surge, as it does turn on. 14 players do need to go down, but you can see where they stand. 400.
Arbino, the 72 months. Thank you,
They're
Arbino.
right next to the zone monster. They don't have to do much movement at all. Just kind of focus on getting that damage. Well,
X Squad, 57 months. Curve putting controller back on the map.
Onto N-Pen and Jack in
He
the
is.
distance. Inadvertently kind of alleviating some of the pressure. N-Pen and Jack could have looked to get aggressive. Acorn and Bolts, 132 above the damage threshold. They sit in 3rd place on the leaderboard. A mere 6 points out of 2nd. Huge chunk of money differential. And I was talking
Who am I
about
rooting for? I mean, I was
some
rooting
way a
for
miracle
Clix
can happen.
and
Acorn
Higgs,
Bolts
but
keeps
it
the
did not
major
go in
one
their
magic
favor,
alive.
unfortunately.
Bolts will become another player on that short list of 2 region champions. I know Venno is certainly in line to becoming another player on that list in 2 of the hardest regions in Fortnite, in NA Central and EU.
Yeah, definitely looking to make history here and now. Reet and Cooper
Peterbot died.
pretty strong right now, guys.
He's like
340 damage above, safe in the
He might
zone,
finish like
plenty
top
to work
6.
with right now. That's the type of position you want to see Reet and Cooper in if they're going to land. See Kentucky on the other side.
Is this one of
same
Peterbot's
can
like
be said
worst
for them.
performances?
Still have a couple shockwaves to work
In the
with.
last
Not
couple
too
years?
many to make it towards endgame, but hey, enough to at least stay in the race here for quite some time. It's all going to come down to a refresh for Sikentaki, though. See if they could time the rotate. Looking at who's positioned up, though. Clix and Higgs. Trying to
No, Clix and
end
Higgs
this one with
are
the
qualified
splash. Already you
for
can
the
see
lane.
poison up for that
They
high
have
ground
enough
here.
points.
Yeah, just still, no matter what's been going good or bad in some of these games, they're just continuously one of the teams that, you know, if they make it this far into the game, they're going to contest for that high ground. King and Aviv just outside.
Oh, yeah, I
of
forgot
that
about
bubble.
Peter's
These two
globals
teams with a
performance,
little
the
bit of
last
scuffle
globals.
going on. They try to land some shots before they go ahead and make their way on over. They're just trying to pressure them so that way they don't make any peaks, makes the rotation that much
The Chaos
safer.
Reloader is too much of an equalizer.
That distance, they're 190 3 above the damage threshold inside.
I will
of that
say the Chaos
qualification range,
Reloader
which DPS
does
hold
make it
on here,
harder
especially
for some of
more
these
so now
teams
with
to
Hobby
like
and looking to walk 'em down.
Really close
key
now to earn some
and like
position points here as
outplay
well.
because it, you know,
28 teams still
it's very easy to land like a
Curve
165
finds
body
England
shot
there
with the
in
Chaos
lead.
Reloader.
They'll super hit up off the rotate here. That brings them up to 7 eliminations.
It's a good way to put it. It is an
Curve
equalizer.
finding his moment, finding his footing now. These last couple games, I mean, it's been the Veno show, but Curve has stepped up when it mattered most. Even in this game, clutching Elim after Elim, and now finding the follow-up and the refresh that they need to succeed here. Clix and Higgs, though, just want to do what they can do best.
Not the best spot to be in for a team in second place, below the damage threshold. Folks, persistence there is able to lead some shots through underneath that cover, get them above the damage threshold. A mere 5, but at least it's something. They're not taking active surge for the 25 damage every 7 seconds. Blake and Preston trying to put down some pressure, but only for a short moment where Bolts is going to be able to hold off. Looking through the comb though, getting this information is going to be vital, but Muzz gets the down onto Clix. I see it in the feed.
Oh,
Sphinx
no.
even gets the cleanup here. High ground changing hands, but it's not Muzz and Sphinx. Right now it looks like a Vive. It looks like Curve and Veno are all fighting for it.
Yeah, if you look at it, Curve, Veno come in out of nowhere, just trying to time that high ground, and up they go. Meanwhile, Threats and Beer still fighting to stay in the tournament life as well. Higgs on the left side clutches up a nice little Elim for himself. That's gonna drop G Monster, send him back to the lobby. He might not have enough to make it to land. Meanwhile, high ground is solidified.
Higgs is
by
done.
Muzz and Sphinx, but Higgs gets swiped out the sky, hanging up for a little too long. Acorn and Bolts fighting for second at this point. If you can't take down Curve and Veno now, it'll just be too late.
It's already too late.
Yep.
Curve and Veno win,
This is the
chat.
moment
It's
right
already
here.
too
As soon
late.
as they get into the top 15, I almost think it's
Oh,
mathematically impossible.
the turn
Threats
on.
drops down low outside of the bubble. I'm not sure he secured enough points before finally going down there. Muzz and Sphinx up above. Reet and Cooper sacrificing the HP, staying outside of the zones. That way they can fizz, they can shockwave, and hopefully get to the front side. But they're just taking so much damage. They don't have the heals to get up to full HP and shield anymore.
Muzz and Sphinx still putting pressure from up top. Cooper, Reed trying to stay alive, seeking Taki, fighting their way towards a qualification, and teams are dropping faster than you can even realize. We're
Curve and
already up into
Veno.
the top 17 now. Curve and Veno are not stopping though. Another team falls to their hands. It's a Minish and Hobby. A top 5 performance was valiant for them on the standings coming into this. But it's Curve and Veno who are fighting for the championship win now. And look at this, Jacob. I mean, they are breaking away with a huge lead.
Yep, and even when it looks like it's bleak, Veno gets dropped down to a sliver of HP. They're surviving. Bolt's trying to do the same thing. 5 HP, loses Acorn though, so we need another big solo clutch performance. Almost runs into Curve and Veno all along the way, but he's able to slip past them as Curve and
Veno goes
finds
down.
another elimination before Veno finally goes down. Curve is out of builds here, trying to use the shock to splash to keep himself as full of HP as possible. Even finding a fizz to utilize here on the side. Curve, I think, has done enough inside.
Got the knock.
And he finds another elimination
Damn.
onto Cooper. Curve might have gone down, but they are your FNCS Major 1 champions.
They've done it. They've done enough to be up at the top, to sit on the throne now.
I like that the
Veno
casters
is the
can just
conqueror
be
of
straight up and be
2
like, yeah,
regions
they
here.
won.
Curve, his first time
Like
ever
even
gets
before the
his
leaderboard is
victory
finished.
here.
Because
But for now,
I remember when I was
Muzz and
casting,
Sphinx are
like
trying to
this was
find
like
their
way
victory
back
lap.
in like
This is all
2019,
battle for money.
2018.
This is all battles for seats at the
They never
ladder.
wanted you to be
The
like,
story will
oh, like
continue.
Jargo
like
needs this.
they win, like
Jargo
it's over. They
needs
want
this
to they
game
want to
here.
like
They were
build
15th
suspense, even if
place
it's very
to start
obvious.
it all, and now he's the
But I'm glad
only
like we
solo
moved on
left
from
in
that.
this game. The 2 teams that are left alive, Monster, both of them already have their spot secured. So this is everything for Jargo by himself. Tries the shockwave in. He gets tagged up left and right. Down in 3rd place. Did he do enough to qualify for Dusseldorf?
Well, it's going to be really close for now, though. The action
Muzz and
on.
Sphinx.
Muzz here who finds elimination. Ritual gets tagged up big time. Sphinx looking for his moment, and he does it in the end. And that's going to be a nice, wonderful way to end the FNCS there.
That was more than just a wonderful way. Curve.
There it is. There's the final numbers right here, chat. Veno and Curve, first place. Agers, Ritual, second. Acorn Bolts, third. Cold Rapid, fourth. Muzz Sphinx, top 5. Zavi and Minish, 6th. Peterbot Poyo, 7th. Clix Higgs, 10th.
Let's go, Muzz! That's right, baby. Let's go. Sorry, I had to get that out of the way. Sorry. Anyway, first off, really quickly, MDF, Jacob, thank you guys so much for the cast. Fantastic day. As they called out, it is true. Veno and Curve are your champions.
History was made, chat. History was made. The first player in the world to win on 2 major regions of Fortnite. Veno is the first player in the world to win on 2 of the major regions and secure an FNCS on both. And Curve,
okay, yeah, like maybe they're not probably not gonna get a 4th. They might get end like top 5
controller win, the first controller win since 2023.
Turned it on, and there was just game after game where he
So even though Clix and Higgs did not do well,
second place with like 7 elim, he's just firing
history was still made.
And no one can stop him.
Buzz originally was on Oceania, not EU,
Now we're looking at Veno,
which is not a major region.
Being FNCS champions.
I mean, you're saying no one can stop them, but we saw at the start of this game that a few players did try to stop the run of Curve and Veno. They tried, but they failed because Curve and Veno were prepared. They were aware. Because Veno
documentary incoming?
He's also incredibly smart.
How'd you know? How'd you know?
When it comes to the mindset,
This was such a good play. This is when it all started falling into place. That little side jump was hot.
And he knows exactly how to
Oh my God.
Curve and Veno showing everyone that they
He's not playing on high ping. He's in
They
Dallas
deserve
right now.
First place. And honestly, just watching them climb up the leaderboard, not necessarily through placements, Vivid, but to get elim after elim, to get
Guys,
so many.
That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to do the watch party. I haven't really done a watch party in a long time, but you guys seem to really like it. Definitely gonna do more of those, more watch parties in the future. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow for another stream. Peace out. Peace out.